What is up, YouTube? We are here on Friday night, 2 days before week 2 of the NFL kicks off, and we're going to hang out for a little while. We're going to talk football. We're going to talk fantasy. We are going to answer all of your questions. So right away, if you're joining us, do us a huge favor and drop a like, and make sure if you are not subscribed, you do that as well. Really, really helps us out, and we're going to be answering all of your questions tonight on this live stream. So again, let's get started. We've got some start sits. I need to pull this up, but you've already got it pulled up, so I'll let you do this first, Nathan. But yeah, we've got some of our own must starts and must sits for week 2 that we are going to give you to help you guys win your week 2 matchups. I hope your week 1 was successful. Let's get started with this.
Yeah, so we're going to have a couple at each position here. I'm going to start with the wide receivers, and we're going to top it off with JSN. And I know this is a little bit of a bold start for week 2, going with a rookie wide receiver here, but you're looking at the matchup and you've got to be really excited about this situation. I mean, you're going off of week 1 with the Seattle Seahawks, where they just completely laid a crap performance against the Rams and got totally embarrassed, only 13 points. JSN sleeper projection, only 8.25 points this week, but gaining confidence in JSN as a flex play as we continue to see other rookie wide receivers produce, I think is a wise thing to anticipate going into week 2. And when you look at the Lions in week 1, going from facing the worst wide receiver core in the Kansas City Chiefs without Travis Kelce And now they're going to the best wide receiver core in Seattle, debatably in the NFL, with DK Metcalf, Lockett, JSN. And I think you have to be excited about that matchup. There's a lot of hype around the Lions right now, but they have a lot of questions to answer, especially in their secondary. And I think JSN could exploit that, being really, I mean, they may have their third best corner lined up against him. So tied for the team lead in targets with DK in week 1, but it was an ugly day for Seattle again. So JSN is already getting the volume that we were hoping he would, just not the fantasy points yet. We're predicting that happens this week. Overall, we're beginning to feel a lot more comfortable with Flowers and obviously Addison, who just had his second straight week of 16 points as wide receiver 2 plays even early in the season. So I think they've both proven that. They've earned that. JSN's going to back that up. So excited what we're going to see this week.
Yeah, the next start guy we're going to have here for this week is going to be Michael Thomas, actually. Nathan's darling Michael Thomas.
My darling.
He's projected on Sleeper 11.2 points. He really wasn't held back in week 1. He played 80% of the snaps and earned 8 targets, so pretty good. Panthers secondary is truly one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. I don't think anybody is going to super deny that, but especially with J.C. Horn out now, Michael Thomas had a 24% target share in week 1. Look, this is a fringe flex guy that is probably worth putting in your starting lineup this week, given the matchup. It's expected to be a low-scoring outing between these two. However, again, because they don't have their cornerback 1, because their secondary is pretty weak across the board, he's a pretty safe flex/wide receiver 3 option this week. So we like Michael Thomas. Here are some running backs that we're starting this week. Simon, I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, starting off with the running back, really one of the running backs we tried to get you guys to draft all year long. I actually have a 22% Najee Harris ownership on Underdog myself. Speaking of the dog's licking my hand right now. I'm going to set him down.
The dog isn't Mike.
He's kind of distracting me a little bit.
That's Storm. He's kind of a cat.
Such a dork.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we're not really sure if Najee Harris is ever really going to catch up to his preseason expectations, the ADP that he was drafted at, especially after the splitting reps with, Jaylen Warren. It's actually happening. None of us ever really expected it until just kept saying more and more true, and now it's happening, and, well, we got to take what we can get. But even Trent Williams on the 49ers was rooting for the Steelers to get a first down for the first quarter and a half, being behind the sticks. It did not benefit Najee at all. If you've watched him, that he's not really a big play guy. He's more of a ground and pound, keep grinding it out, take a bunch of hits, and eventually you're going to break through. And he doesn't have top 5 upside like he did his rookie year, but expect the Steelers to return to a normal game script. It's a lot weaker opponents, especially, going into the regular season. They started off with quite possibly the best defense in the NFL, and so it only gets easier from here. And they're playing Cleveland on Monday night, so that'll be rough. Cleveland has a great front as well, but Najee, if he's able to get more than, I think he just had 5 carries in the last game, and you could see him catching a bunch of receptions too. So let's hope, play him where you drafted him for now. So let's hope he rebounds for this next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Nathan?
Yeah, so our next guy here is going to be at the quarterback position, and our first guy is going to be Tua Tagovailoa. And while this at face value is going to look like, yeah, well, duh, obviously, there actually are some legitimate questions with Tua going into week 2 and the Dolphins offense as a whole, because you're seeing what the Eagles, a very explosive offense, did going into New England week 1, and that was not put up very many points and not look that great, because guess what? Bill Belichick defenses are incredible, and they have been for decades, and I don't think that'll ever change. And especially this year, they are loaded pretty much at every position there defensively, and you could see there's a possibility that Miami really struggles. But regardless of that question, I think you've got to be confident in Tua's ability to just get a lot of volume. Whether that, I don't really care how far he's throwing the ball. I don't really care where he's throwing the ball. I just care that he's throwing the ball. And if I'm going to count on anyone putting up fantasy points in that offense, it's going to be Tua, and it's going to be Tyreek Hill, and not Raheem Mostert, not Devon Achane, not any of these other guys that are not the strong point of the offense. So I think despite the matchup that isn't super friendly, don't expect Tua to put up another 33 points this week, but I still think he's a must start this week per usual, regardless of the matchup. Yep.
Yeah. I think Tua is going to be a must start every week at this point.
Yeah.
Geno, look, I know Geno was bad. Like, I saw it.
We said he was a must start last week too, and he really disappointed.
He wasn't. So we're going to try Geno again. He was projected 14.8 sleeper points right now. We're doubling down on Geno. Similar argument to JSN here. Detroit's defense, it may be improved, but it's certainly not one of the best in the NFL. In fact, it could be among one of the worst in the NFL. Their matchup is projected as one of the highest scoring games of the week. We expect Seattle to have a high-octane offense, to shake the McVay curse, and to show why many expect them to be one of the NFL's best offenses with the best weapon groups. Obviously, you've got JSN, you've got DK, you've got Lockett, you've got Sharps, you've got KW. So Geno's got to, even if he just gets the ball to his weapons, he's going to produce, right? So again, projected 15 points. We're going to project a bounce back week for Geno. We're going to say week 1 was just a rough start, and we are going to suggest that you start Geno Smith in your leagues this week, and then a tight end for our last start of the week.
Yeah, it's actually Sam Laporta, and so talking about that same Lions and Seahawks game, we're going to jump to the tight end in that matchup. Let me pull
Who
this
had
up real
a
quick.
very great start as a rookie tight end.
That's what I'm pulling up right here. As a rookie in his first game ever, Laporta actually had 5 targets, caught all 5 of them for 39 yards, which is honestly really impressive considering there's 2 or 3 other tight ends on that team who are still decent.
Yeah,
they're
capable.
good athletes. They're good NFL tight ends. In the grand scheme of things, and Brock Wright, he had 2 targets, 2 receptions for 17 yards, and I think in the beginning of that game you're like, oh, maybe Brock Wright's going to be something in fantasy for the Lions, but no, it was actually Sam Laporta, and as we saw that game went along, how effective he was really is kind of a chain mover. So he finished the first game, really is just a mismatch against linebackers, and we're seeing how good he might be in that offense. You kind of pair him with Amon-Ra, and eventually when Jameson Williams comes back. But right now we're talking about week 2. Detroit's expected to score 26.5 points. That's where the betting line is, and so Jared Goff's got to throw touchdowns to somebody. We could see Jahmyr Gibbs sneaking in there, Amon-Ra, most likely, but there's a pretty good chance Laporta is able to sneak inside the top 12 in fantasy tight ends. It's not saying much, but with those 5 targets he got last year, he's only going to have more experience. He's going to have been able to adjust more to the playing speed, the playing style in the NFL, and there's a pretty decent chance in a high-scoring game that's what the betting tells us it's going to be, that he's able to get some of that production in.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we've got 2 sits for you this week. I'll let you start with the first one here.
Terry McLaurin's going to be our first guy. Sleeper has him projected to score 11 points this week, and I believe they're matched up against the Denver Broncos. So Terry's going to be overshadowed by the best man coverage corner in the NFL. Playing the Broncos right, you've got Patrick Surtain. And I mean, you see one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and Devontae Adams struggle consistently against Surtain. Like he is the real deal.
Terry's better.
Yeah, sure. There's still a nagging injury concern with Terry's turf toe going into the beginning of the season, and honestly, we'd expect Washington to continue to spread the ball around and look elsewhere during this matchup specifically, and follow that trend and look elsewhere for wide receiver 2 production if possible. Don't look for it in Terry. There are way too many questions for Washington to answer, and we just need to wait and see what's Sam Howell going to do. How is he going to progress? They had a really rough week 1 against objectively the worst defense in the NFL. They only scored 2 touchdowns, like offensively. So absolutely horrible. Even Jahan Dotson, who was one of our starts last week, disappointed as well. We expected a big game from him. That entire offense disappointed. Brian Robinson seems to be the most high-scoring asset in that offense right now, and he put up like 13 points last week, so not even that impressive. I'm sitting everyone in that offense until they get things sorted out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, drop your questions, drop your start sits in the comments. We've got one more sit before we get to those. Simon, you got it, buddy.
Yeah, we were just talking down on Najee Harris in week 1 just 5 minutes ago, and that's because he was playing against the 49ers defense, and this week we're going to be sitting Kyren Williams, and he scored 17 points last week. He hit pay dirt twice, scoring 2 touchdowns on his 15 touches, or his 15 carries. But we don't expect that to happen again. Cam Akers may not be the most talented guy, but he still did out-touch him. Cam Akers got 22 carries in that offense, even if it was only for, what's the math here? 1.3 yards per carry Cam Akers had on 22 touches. That's pretty horrendous. Kyren Williams was a little bit better at 3.5 yards per carry, but we don't expect him to be getting those 2 touchdowns weekly. And like we were just saying, look how bad Najee and Jaylen Warren were against this 49ers defense just last week. When you have less talented running backs and a worse committee playing with a worse O-line really for the Rams, we don't expect him to do really anything this week. And again, he could score a touchdown and get that 6-point boost, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, honestly, the only guy I'm starting in the Rams offense this week is going to be
Puka.
Puka because they'll pass before they run the ball.
Yep.
in that
Absolutely.
matchup.
All right, those are going to wrap up our starts and our sits that we have prepared for you guys. So now we will move on to our start sits from our Discord and from the comments. We're super glad you've joined us. If it's your first time here, make sure you are subscribed. We promise that we're going to bring you quality, well-researched fantasy football content all year round. So we really appreciate your support. And make sure you drop a like on the stream if you haven't. What's the no option for tonight if you haven't liked the stream? What is this?
It's just no.
That's
Boo.
boring,
That is so
Simon.
lame.
Come on. All right, we're
Amount
going
of
to we're
ideas.
going to get to some comments right now. Let's start at the beginning. Our first one here is going to be from Yango Mowaga. What's up? Sorry if I butchered your name there. Sharbs or McKinnon stash piece?
Sharbs.
Yeah, Charbonnet.
Sharbs there. Brandon B. What's up, Brandon? Big question start. Tua or Burrow for week 2? Torn between whether or not Burrow will bounce back or not. Yeah, I'm still more comfortable starting Tua, I think.
I
we
would
just
agree.
included Tua in our must.
Well,
too.
oh, man. But we do have Burrow above Tua in our rankings because Tua's playing the Patriots.
Who's Burrow playing? Who are the Bengals
They're
playing?
playing Pittsburgh, and we expect a bit of a bounce back
Yeah.
week. Yes.
We're kind of contradicting ourselves,
Here-
actually, because we had Tua pretty low in our quarterback rankings.
We had him low because he's not going to have as big of a week as he did last week.
True.
But he'll still. I think his floor this week is safer than Burrow's.
I agree.
I do.
Okay.
I think Burrow's more,
Here-
he's going to have a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
Depends
So
on what you want.
historically, we all know that Burrow starts the season not very good. The Bengals as a whole don't start the season very well.
Here's the thing you have to consider. Burrow in his career has never been available for training camp or any of that.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Not even his rookie year.
Not even his rookie
That's
year.
wild.
Really?
Yeah, because that was COVID stuff.
COVID. Okay, then the ACL
Mm-hmm.
because he was rehabbing, and then last
year he had the appendectomy, I think.
That's right. Yep.
Yep.
Then this year,
Yep.
calf. Yeah.
Wow. Good
So I mean, I
memory,
think
Simon.
I think this week you can expect, even though Burrow obviously he has to have the higher ceiling because he's playing the easier defense.
Yeah.
With the way he starts weeks, you're looking at the last couple seasons. In 2021, he had 18 points and 13 points in weeks 1 and 2. Last season, he had 22 and 16, and then this season, obviously, with 3. So we're obviously expecting that to go up. And if you're going by our rankings, you take Burrow over Tua. But honestly, I mean, they're in the same tier, and we even admitted that in our rankings. We were like, you could absolutely argue to have Tua in the A tier.
Yep.
And if you really believe in the upside going into that matchup and really think that they're going to be able to transcend, or that they'll be able to transcend that defense, then start Tua.
Hey, we got a sub. Thanks.
Yeah.
What's up? All right. Let's move on to the next question here. Anna Gwynn, who's the dog? It's Nathan's parents' dog, and it's Storm, and he's
Stormy.
looking at me right now because I said his name.
Oh.
Yeah. But he had to go because he was looking.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Emery B, what's up, Emery? I picked up Zay Flowers, dropped JSN for Christian Watson. Okay. Do y'all like JSN or Flowers this year? Guess I'm worried about Geno in favor Flowers in the Baltimore offense.
I mean, okay. Zay Flowers had a 45% target share week 1. Not sustainable at all. Let's preface by saying that. But he's going to have a lot less competition when you're talking targets. I do think that offense might throw more this year. I mean, we've already seen it off the bat that, they're not in the Greg Roman 1970s offense anymore. But I don't like dropping JSN no matter what. I mean, JSN was being drafted inside the top 30 wide receivers. And hang on. I just realized, who had Flowers sitting on the waivers in the first place?
Maybe it's
Maybe
a
it's a 10 team.
Maybe it's a 10 team.
Could
or
be
something.
10 team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I drafted Flowers in like the 7th round of our 12 team.
Here's what I'm worried about by dropping JSN and picking up Christian Watson. I mean, honestly, at this point, I think JSN has just as good a chance at producing at Christian Watson levels as Christian Watson does in our at level of expectation going into the season. Like, Romeo Doubs could legitimately be the alpha in Green Bay this
Could
year.
be.
Yeah.
I highly
could.
doubt that. But the question is, do we like JSN or Flowers more this year?
chance.
We've just had 1 week. I'm still going to say JSN.
Yeah, we'll say JSN as well. We want to see a larger sample size from Flowers. And again, he's playing without Mark Andrews, so I agree with that. All right, Keith. What is up, Keith? Boys, my receivers are Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams. What the H can I do to fix this? Well, I hope you were working the waivers last week because there were a couple options.
Yep.
You had Puka Nakua, who could be a viable option for some or part of this season, or all of it. You had Kendrick Bourne on the waivers, who also was pretty good. You had Zay Jones on the waivers, who was also decent. So at this point, like, I hope you got one of those guys. The other thing you can start doing is obviously making trades. I mean, I would be interested to know the rest of your roster, and we could, look at how your strengths are in different areas and different position groups, because at that point, like, maybe you just go running back heavy in the flex. But that's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, they're both still healthy, though. I wouldn't freak out just yet.
To be fair with Garrett Wilson, he still scored 14 points in fantasy last week
With
with
Zach
a
Wilson?
game plan that was written for Aaron Rodgers. They had nothing in that playbook for Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100.
Nothing.
That's 100% correct.
So let's see what he does with a game plan around Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Anna Gwynn asks, when are we getting a new podcast episode? Well, we're not exactly focused on the podcast during the season, so probably not for quite a long while, actually. So we're focused on the YouTube channel and bringing you the best content. And we got another subscriber. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you subscribed and you want to drop a comment, we'll say hello and thank you. All right, G16 says simply Ayo.
No, he goes on to ask a question
What's up, G16?
right after.
Yeah, but I'm gonna read them in order. What Chiefs wide receiver? If you've got to pick one, it's Rashee Rice. You still think it's Sky?
I think it's Rashee Rice.
Okay. Need a wide receiver and a flex in full PPR. Javonte Williams, Dotson, Nico Collins. Have Christian Watson too, but is he too risky to start if he does play? So for the wide receiver, I'm taking Dotson, even over Christian Watson if he plays. I'll take, even though Dotson's got, he's kind of a sit for us this week. I think he's your best option there. And then your flex, I would do Javonte. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes, I do agree with that.
Can you re-say it? I was reading.
Come on, man.
I said Dotson is the receiver, Javonte is the flex.
Why no Christian Watson?
Because he may not even be playing.
He's got a hamstring and he's probably not going to play. And if he does play,
if he does play, I'm starting Christian Watson
over
I don't know,
Dotson
since
or in the flex.
Since he's already so questionable, like I mean, he may be limited if he plays.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about that this week.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's stick with your answer.
Okay. He also says the guy I'm playing in my work league this week dropped Swift for dubs on Tuesday, and I picked Swift up and started him. Dude, that's a win.
Nice.
Wow. Hey, I just realized we're about to get to 1,869 subscribers.
No way.
Is that not going to be awesome
That'll
when we
be
do that?
That's
really
nice.
awesome.
I cannot wait. If you want to be the 1,869th subscriber, now's your chance. All right, Cam says, who to start week 2, Pitts or Hurst?
First.
Yeah.
I will
I'm
do
taking
Hurst
Hayden
pretty
Hurst.
easily. And Amari Cooper or Zay Flowers? I'll take Amari Cooper there.
I'm checking the matchups.
I will. I'll also take Amari.
Okay.
Well, the Browns this week are playing
Steelers.
the Steelers.
The
fine with that. I'm okay with
Ravens are playing the Bengals.
All right, we got 27 of you watching right now. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed to be the 1,869th subscriber. Really appreciate you guys watching. If you're watching, drop a question, a start sit question or a comment in the comment section. We'll give you a shout out. We love talking to you guys. That's why we're here.
My
We're
fault.
here to hang out and answer questions. Football is so close again.
Yeah.
It was so good to have freaking week 1. Oh my gosh. Hey, and we are pleasantly surprised with Anthony Richardson too. Like
Pleasantly.
surprised. All of us
Yep.
feel pretty good about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I literally thought there was a chance he threw for 4 interceptions.
Yeah, I did too. So, hooray. Shane Steichen also. Great coach. All right, next question here. Hey, guys, what's up, Gerard? Can you rank these wide receivers for full PPR this week? Elijah Moore, Burks, Dotson, Kirk, and London.
This is hard.
This is hard.
Even though Christian Kirk was so bad week 1,
No.
Oh.
No. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear you.
Who are you
I'll
going?
take. I'm gonna go Christian Kirk.
I don't think there's like a blatantly wrong answer here.
I'll go Kirk, Dotson, Burks, London, Elijah Moore.
I will go Dotson, Kirk, Elijah Moore, Burke. No.
Well,
DeAndre
Burks-
Hopkins.
DeAndre
out.
Hopkins is out.
Okay, hold on.
Shoot.
Thank you.
I'm taking that. All right, I'm going to go Burks, Dotson, Kirk, London, Elijah Moore.
I'm gonna start this off with Elijah Moore. He actually tied for team high in targets last year. 7 targets
Last week.
last week.
Yeah.
I know it's only week 1,
you
but
said-
he
you said
tied
year,
Amari
that's why I said
Cooper. What did I say?
You said year.
Oh, my
So
fault.
it was-
He tied with Amari Cooper for targets, and I think we know how talented he was based on how he was on the Jets. I think he continues to do that, and I'm not saying he's going to be the wide receiver 1 there by any means. I'm saying, like, compared to these other guys. So I'll go Elijah Moore, Burks, Dotson, London, and then Kirk last.
Christian Kirk is playing against the defense. The Jags are playing a defense and a
Chiefs.
secondary that is significantly better than the Colts. Not to mention they have Chris Jones back, which means that's a lot more pressure on the quarterback, which means they're going to have to
he'll be going to
get
Calvin
rid-
Ridley even more.
They'll have to get rid of the ball faster, which means you throw it to the slot receiver.
Honestly, like I think all these guys are pretty close.
Zay
Like,
Jones outsnapped Christian Kirk by quite a lot last week. So
I think I would
yeah.
literally. I think this is a hard question, Gerard, because I would rank all these guys probably in the same tier for this
Yeah.
week.
No, absolutely.
I think Elijah Moore absolutely deserves to be up there. He was a sneaky trade target this week actually because he didn't have a lot of production last week, but
Yep.
he had a lot of targets.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I think the consensus there is Burks and Dotson are going to be like the 2 consensus highest out of
Yep.
all of us. All right, Oscar asks 12-team full PPR Laporta or Schultz.
Laporta.
Yeah.
Steven
Well,
Soto. Going back.
tight ends in the Colts defense.
Oh, is it for this week?
Yeah, Schultz.
You actually make a great point. The Colts defenses get shredded by tight ends. We do have
What?
good coverage linebackers because we have Shaq Leonard back this
Yeah.
year.
I'll take Laporta
yeah,
still.
that's true.
I'll
That's
take
true.
Laporta against the Seahawks.
And like that sounds like a homer way to say that, but the Colts genuinely do have, honestly, a top 5 linebacker core, and then when it comes to linebacker coverages, they're really good with Shaq Leonard in.
All right, now we'll move on.
Laporta.
Steven Soto says, "Do I start Collins, McLaurin, or Moss at flex full PPR?"
Ew.
Dang, we're getting a lot of
Terry.
I'll
questions.
take the best player.
I'll take Terry.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
funny because Terry's our sit
Yes.
for the week.
But if you're looking at Nico Collins or Terry, I'm taking Terry. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Husky Dad said that's a great name.
This is crazy.
Rashad White, Javonte Williams, or
Ooh.
Josh Kelly.
I'm taking Joshua Kelly.
I will take Josh Kelly.
Javonte Williams was so good his first week, and he was on a snap count.
He'll still be on a snap count.
True, but better offense, and the Chargers was the deciding factor for me.
Washington's a good defense too.
Yeah.
But I'll take Javonte.
Dude, we got to
I'll bet on the talent.
1,869 subscribers.
Yes.
Nice. That is so nice. Thanks for helping us out. Appreciate it. Mario. Oh, it's a Mia Mario. We know Mario.
Yep.
Eckler looking doubtful. Kelly, if for sure start week 2. Yeah, we think so. We'll have an injury video out here pretty soon, and I think in that video we do say that Kelly is a start. So
Who was the backup for Austin Eckler last year? Because like Austin Eckler went on a show, remember, and he literally said like, if you have my backup, you should be starting him.
who
It,
was?
it
gone
was
now.
Kelly, wasn't it?
No, it
was,
wasn't
I
Josh.
thought it was Kelly.
Then it was a crap.
I'm gonna. Go
I remember
back to
because
last
I
year.
got him off waivers
Was
and I
not,
started him.
not Spiller.
No, I got him off waivers and I started him, and he saved my game
I'll find this
because he got
talking.
like 30 points.
Yeah, I remember. It was crazy.
Yeah,
It was like week 18 or something.
I
All
think
right.
it was
No,
right.
it
I thought it
wasn't.
was right before the playoffs.
Let's keep going
You're
while
right.
we answer that one.
Might have
Anna.
been 2021. Okay, sorry.
It was 2022.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. Anna Gwynn. What is up, Anna Gwynn? Rasheed Rice over Christian Watson since he's still questionable right
For
now.
now.
You have to, yeah. And if honestly, if Christian Watson's healthy, like I'm still probably, it's a toss up at that point. I'm going to lean Rasheed Rice still. I don't think Christian Watson plays.
It was Justin Jackson. It was
There
in
you go.
20
yeah.
But when he took over for Eckler that
It was
week,
like 25 points.
34
right?
points.
34.
Holy crap.
So last time Austin Eckler was out.
Yes, so Josh Kelly's a must start this week. 1,870. Appreciate you guys so much. Would you go Josh Kelly or Algier? Leaning Kelly.
I'll go Kelly.
I'll go Kelly there as well. We'll stand by it.
I guess you got to take the guy that is not in a committee backfield.
Yep.
I think you're right. All right. Leo Nunez says Leo here.
What's up?
Hey, Leo.
Hello, Leo. Avery here.
Nathan here.
Simon here.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Husky Dad is back. Oh wait, we already asked that one.
Yeah, we just hadn't answered it.
Oh, okay,
We're
all right.
running
They
a
said
little bit
Kelly.
behind.
I said
Sorry,
Javonte.
we're gonna get through these. Drop your questions. We will answer every question on this list. Brian N says I need 3 wide receivers. Got DJ Moore, Puka, Godwin, Nico, and Zay Jones. 2-point PPR.
Is it crazy that
Puka.
I'm starting the list with Puka?
No, Puka's the number 1 guy here.
I'm going.
Like
Yeah.
Puka,
Is it crazy that DJ Moore is my dead last wide receiver on that list?
Yeah, he shouldn't. be.
Puka, Godwin, and Zay Jones for me.
I'm going Puka, Godwin, and DJ.
Explain.
We had Zay Jones as a must flex.
Yeah, but
I guess so. You're saying, DJ
I'm
Moore's
saying
above
DJ
flex.
Moore still. You got to be starting him in your wide receivers. Yes, he was He only got did he only get 2 targets last week?
2
That's so
targets.
bad.
And Nico
I'll take,
Collins.
I'll take
I
Trevor
think-
Lawrence's
I
receiver.
think the Bears,
Collins got 11 targets
with
last
how
week.
much I think with how much the Bears struggled last week on offense, they're going to realize we have to get DJ Moore involved in our offensive game plan, or this is just not going to work this
Yeah.
year. So I think they're going to way over adjust, kind of like what you
I
said.
don't know.
Even like the Eagles this last week, where they're like, all right, Goddard didn't touch the ball last week, get him involved.
Yeah, but you're talking about the Eagles coaching staff versus the Bears,
my
and
gosh,
this is the
that's
coaching
true.
staff that gave up the 32nd
well,
overall pick for
You
Chase
probably
Claypool.
drafted DJ Moore around wide receiver 24, and so I'm going to say stick with the draft capital in week 2.
I'm gonna say take your L and don't start him. I just can't. I have to start Trevor Lawrence.
Why would you start DJ Moore until he's proven it, with the Bears?
The matchup is a
haven't.
little. I don't know. The Packers are really I don't know. You could go
He
somewhere.
was on
It's only been
Jair.
1 week,
Come
so
on, Jair was on him last week.
okay, that's fair. It's only been 1 week, so we probably shouldn't lean heavily one way or another. Oscar says Zach Moss or Gus Edwards, 10-team full PPR.
Zach Moss,
Ew.
especially in full PPR.
That's so gross.
Moss.
Oh, Zach
Moss.
Moss, is he even going to catch a pass? I don't know. Gus Edwards
No.
will not catch a pass.
That is
though.
true. Emery says currently have Ayuk and Pittman in my flex.
Nice.
Algier on the bench. Thinking I stick with Ayuk and Pittman. I
Yes.
think you should. I think
Yep.
that is
think
a
that's a
very
great
good
point.
call. Gerard says, would you guys start A-Rich this week over Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
Yes.
Good matchup for Anthony Richardson this
Yeah.
week. Rob is asking Justin Herbert or Brock?
Herbert.
Herbert. I'm thinking, who did they play again? They play. What's the matchup?
It's so we talk about this so often. I honestly
Still
lose
forget the
track.
matchup. it bleeds over from weeks
know.
to I think of last week's and.
They play the Titans. Who last time they played the Titans, they really struggled.
And the 49ers play.
Everything melts together in
I
my
know, I
brain,
cannot
dude.
remember.
How do I
I'm pulling
already
them up.
forget this? They play the Rams. Niners play the Rams.
I'll take Herbert still.
Yeah, I'm taking Herbert.
You have to bet on the guy that's a better quarterback.
Yep.
Bet on the
Gets
talent.
says, finally not some divorced 40-year-olds that look like they have smoked meth for 7 years. I can tell you that none of us are divorced. None of us are 40, and
None of us have smoked.
none of us have smoked meth for 7 years. It's been 5 years for each of us.
I'm not even gonna let you ask me that question, Avery.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
You just walked right into that one, dude. Whatever. Simon's kind of a doobie brother. So
No.
Rob says Laporta or Hawkinson to keep. Hawkinson for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we like Hawkinson a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Gitz says pick 2 PPR, Godwin, Lockett, Dotson, or Flowers.
PPR.
PPR. So you've got to go
Godwin.
number 1 and probably
Probably still Lockett.
Tyler Lockett, I think.
It's going to be a high-scoring game, most likely.
Yes, it will be. So I'm going to take Tyler Lockett there.
Mm.
All right. Peter asks, would you drop Elijah Moore for Kendrick Bourne? I currently have Waddle, Higgins, Ayuk, and Addison. Full PPR. Thanks, guys. Great content. Glad to be a subscriber. Thanks, Peter. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to keep
Yeah.
Elijah Moore there.
Yeah.
I think I'm comfortable after seeing him get so many targets last week.
Yes.
Even though I like Kendrick Bourne a lot, I think you've got a good wide receiver room there. I think I'd stay put. So,
I agree.
but great question. Gitz says Hawk. Obviously, we agree with that. John Stewart says Josh Kelly, Jahan Dotson in the flex this week. I'll go Kelly.
Yeah, I think
Kelly.
he's safer.
Kelly as well.
Husky Dad says, thank you guys. You are welcome, Husky Dad.
Yeah, no problem.
Brandon B says, for flex, Algier, Kirk, or Pacheco. I'm pushing Algier, but need some thoughts on this. I think you made the right choice. I think Tyler Algier is my flex there.
Yep, I think you're on fire today.
He is on fire. You agree?
Yeah.
Rob says, I have Amon-Ra and Olave as my wide receiver, Puka for flex, or David Montgomery.
Puka.
We're taking Puka.
Half PPR.
Kua.
Does that change anything? I'm still going Puka personally.
Yeah, I'm going Puka as well.
Go for the targets, go for the upside. I think Monty is pretty much guaranteed to get you 10 to 12 points.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's it.
And I am caught up here with our comments until some more load in. So drop your questions, drop your comments, drop your start sit questions. We're going to be here for a while talking football between us and with you guys. So we'd love to hear your thoughts on everything going on.
Yeah, XX says Amari Cooper or Zay Flowers in flex. You got to go Amari Cooper here for sure. And I think regardless of whether or not Mark Andrews is starting, go with the veteran, go with the guy who was just a wide receiver 1 last year, Jacoby Brissett. So
I agree.
it was a rough start for him. 6 points.
It was a rough game.
It was a rough game,
The weather was
period.
rough.
The weather was horrible. So, Gitz GITS says, could you guys help fix my 12-man? We'd love to help you fix your 12-man. You just got to send us your roster.
Yep. Flockfantasy.com/domain is where you can do that as well. We'd love to have you join the community over on Flock Fantasy, and that's where all of our exclusive content is. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I mean, that is
question.
the place to be. So, like I said, flockfantasy.com. If you use code DOMAIN, you get 30% off the entire site. You get all of our articles, all of our rankings, which are very valuable during the season. I will say we're putting out a lot of in-season content over there at Flock Fantasy. And you get in our Discord. That's where you can ask us questions every day. You can communicate with us. So, again, flockfantasy.com. Make sure you use code DOMAIN to get into our camp and get 30% off. We'd love to have you join our community, and we love talking with people over there. So, we talked about Anthony Richardson. Let's talk about rookie QBs a little bit while we're waiting for some more comments to roll in. Do you agree with me that I think Anthony Richardson had the best performance of any rookie QB in week 1?
I mean,
I think it was not particularly close.
I think even objectively he did.
Yeah.
You look at the stats, he did. So yes,
When you watch them play,
he did
too.
even
It
more.
was
Yes,
not just statistically. It was because sometimes stats lie.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that's true.
I thought, yeah, because we watched. I think all of us watched a fair amount of their film afterwards too, just to see what they did. I mean, Bryce Young was making like rookie mistakes. I think both of his picks were worse than AR's.
Yes.
And then Stroud had a lot of volume, but it
Which is-
was a lot of
Which is what we would
You know.
expect from rookies. Like,
exactly.
I think
So-
Anthony Richardson played well
Yeah.
for a rookie.
Yeah.
A couple questions here. Gerard says, are you worried about London for Dynasty? Not yet, but let's wait a couple weeks because it's possible we could get to that point for sure.
I may panic by week 4 for him in Dynasty.
I think I would too. Git says A-Rich, Hall, Khalil Herbert, Chase, Waddle, Godwin, Kittle, Zay Jones,
Wow.
benches Cup, JSN, Kirk Cousins, Dubs, and there's like 3 or 4 guys that are not worth mentioning. And so that is his roster in response to his question earlier.
Could you have helped me fix my 12 team? Yeah.
That's a pretty good roster, honestly. Like I don't think you're in big trouble.
No, you need a second.
You have Cup waiting to come
Debatably,
off.
even a second running back.
He has Cup waiting to come off IR. He's got JSN waiting to go off. Chase and Waddle, Godwin, Zay Jones. You can totally afford to lose one of those receivers
So maybe
and get a running back.
Yep.
he said it's a 3 wide receiver, 1 flex. So
Yep.
that explains a little bit. But
Yeah.
all right, Fantasyland is here. What's up, guys? Thanks for
Yo.
joining in. Appreciate you guys. Said what's good. As the Flock resident Colts fans, can Pittman be trusted week to week? I'll
Yes.
let you answer this,
Oh,
Nathan.
boy.
Go ahead. Because I think yes. Simon leans no. Nathan leans yes.
So when you look at the first half,
Nathan bleeds
of,
blue.
When you look at the first half of NFL football, of teams trying to figure out what they're going to do, and them adjusting second quarter and then making their final adjustments for the second half, like Pittman going into the second half had 1 target,
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
one target,
I-
0 receptions.
no receptions. Yeah.
And Josh Downs had out targeted him. He had like 4 targets, 4 receptions in the first half. Looked like the guy right off the bat. I mean, they were running him through the slot. They had a couple routes on the outside. He was having some real nice yards after the catch as well. And then all of a sudden, second half, Colts really start competing with the Jags, and they just start targeting Pittman like nobody's business. Like it was kind of ridiculous. He ended up with 11 targets, 8 receptions, 100 yards. And when you look back at the film and you look back at the type of targets that Pittman was getting, it was kind of weird because he was getting the targets that Downs was getting in the first half.
Yeah.
Those quality of targets, kind of the ones in the slot, the very short to intermediate targets, and then a lot of yards after the catch. I think you have to keep trusting the veteran while he's producing. And even though we're a big fan of Josh Downs, and even though we think Josh Downs can have some good games and maybe even be a red zone threat as well, Pittman is by far and away the most capable receiver in that offense. And if Anthony Richardson, I at this point, I'm not even concerned about the volume. The biggest question with Pittman was how much volume is Anthony Richardson going to provide for those wide
How many
receivers?
times will he throw the ball?
How many times will he throw it? He just threw it 37 times in his first game.
So I think to
Like,
build on what
that is
Nathan is saying,
unreal.
from a volume perspective from Anthony Richardson, it'll be there. Schematically, yes. I mean, is he going to be a wide receiver 1? Absolutely not. But you guys know he was going as the wide receiver, 38? And so I think you drafted him at that price, and he's going to return on that price as well. I think he'll be a wide receiver 3 or higher for sure. And look, I mean, I did watch your video this week, and you mentioned a lot of those came in like a 2-minute drill, which is absolutely true. But the quality of targets he was getting during the 2-minute drill and situationally, that's where he got a lot of his points last year. I mean, that's actually not really new for Michael Pittman. That's really what he does. I mean, he is the go-to guy for any quarterback that's going to be there. He's going to get those shorter 10 yards, maybe 8-yard targets, and that's how he racks up his points. Now, he's not going to number one, he's not going to be a wide receiver 1 every week, but clearly he's already proved that he's wide receiver 1 upside. But what you can count on is for him to get targets, get some shorter receptions, and average out at least as a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, I think. So
yeah, and
flexible, yes.
I think for most of the year, you're expecting the Colts to play down, especially going into the fourth quarter. They're probably going to make it as close as you would expect. And then in the fourth quarter, it's like, okay, we're starting to get down. This is getting away from us. We need to pass, because now we're down multiple possessions. Who do you think they're going to target? Like, I mean, Granson was a surprise target. Like, they were targeting him. I think Pittman's the guy. Like, Pierce is nothing in fantasy this year.
I mean, Pittman is far and away their best wide receiver.
Here's some objective statistics. Last year, Pittman led the league in snap share and route participation. Every single time he was on the field, 100% route participation last year.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing already this year, 100% route participation. And last year, he ran exactly 30% of his routes from the slot. Pretty much the same thing this year. If you look at his catchable target rate, and it's just first game. Anthony Richardson had a good first game. He could not be as good next week.
But they're gonna make it easy for him, which will make it easier for Pittman.
His catchable target rate is pretty much the same as it was last year. It's 82%. Last year was 85%. So I think he's still getting good quality targets. He's still running about 30% of his routes from the slot. He's going to be one of the most utilized wide receivers in the league. He has a 28% target share after 1 week, and is that sustainable? Well, what was his target share last year? I'm pulling it up real quick. Sorry, my 25%. So is the 28% sustainable? We'll see. But he did 25% just last year, and I think there's a pretty good case for it to go up when you have a rookie quarterback. So can he be trusted week to week? I don't think he's going to be a wide receiver 1 week to week. I think he can be trusted.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
And the biggest question is going to be, Domain guys, Pittman had all of that really nice looking advanced metrics and statistics in 2022, and that was good for like wide receiver 27.
Wide receiver 21 on points per game
21
basis.
on a points per game basis.
Again,
which is
vastly outperforming his ADP from this year if he does the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, short answer is yes, especially like as a flex guy.
Plus, I mean, he has more to do with the ball by the time the ball gets to him because it's taking half the time when it's in the air.
All right, we were going to answer that as thoroughly as we could. So we are Colts fans through and through. Powerhouse says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Powerhouse? Would you start Elijah Moore or Nico Collins this week? Half-point PPR. I'll go Elijah Moore.
Really?
Half PPR?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Elijah Moore. I was going to say if it was full PPR, I'd lean Nico Collins.
I'm going to go Nico Collins.
He had
Colts
11
have a bad
targets last
defense.
week. Yeah.
I mean,
Colts do have a bad
the
defense.
Colts, they played all right against the Jags, but
I agree with you.
I don't think that's sustainable.
no.
Like
I'm going to go with Nico Collins on this one. I'm not a Nico Collins fan.
I think that's fair. But it's already close, so.
Brandon B says, starting Ramondre Stevenson in my PPR league, monster game against the Dolphins defense.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
I think it is reasonable. I think he's going to get a lot of passing game work. I'm not worried about I mean, he's just been a little bit too faded for our liking. So
Fangio runs a very bend, don't break defensive system, which means they're probably going to give a lot of short yardage plays.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
look for New England to try to slow down the pace of play and run the ball a lot.
PPR, Garrett Wilson or Justice Hill?
That's not even close. Garrett Wilson.
Smokey the Cat says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Smokey the Cat? Redraft PPR, trade Kincaid. I have Freiermuth and Kyron Williams or Roshan for Godwin.
Yes.
Definitely Kincaid and Kyron Williams there. Well, I like Roshan's upside more later in the season.
Would you rather have Muth or Kincaid?
Kincaid. I'm not joking. I'd rather have Kincaid. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I would.
So
consider
that. I mean,
Kincaid's another guy that had as a rookie first game had 4 or 5 targets and like 8 fantasy points.
I think that's a little bit. I think our dynasty is getting to us a little bit on that opinion, but
I don't think
let's
so.
Let's say
Who's there too?
you offer Kincaid and Kyron Williams, and he wants a little bit more. I would still do Muth and Kyron Williams, and I'd feel better about it. Yeah.
So I just want to say this. Who is the Bills to?
Kincaid.
Gabe Davis.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's a 3. He's a deep threat.
Yep.
A deep threat is your 3. Who's getting
James
the
Cook.
targets?
No.
Oh, my
James Cook is the
gosh.
back. Next question. Should I package Cup and Herbert and get a
You
good
skipped
run?
cat. You skipped cat.
Boo.
Wait,
Come
no, I
on,
didn't.
man.
I just read it.
Smokey the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Should I package Cup and Herbert and get a good running back? If so, who should I? Is that Khalil Herbert or Justin Herbert?
Better be.
It better be Khalil. But I want to clarify that before you answer that question. Rob says, I have Purdy, CMC, Jamar, Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Olave, Laporta, Nakua, and Flex starting lineup.
What?
And then bench Justin Herbert, Addison Montgomery. Any improvements suggested?
Why is Herbert on your bench when you're starting Purdy?
Well, I think he asked us that earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's going to switch it because he listens to us, because he trusts us.
Any improvements suggested? No, I think it's a great team.
I think it's a good team. And again, I think you have to wait longer than week 1. But if you have trouble for the next couple weeks, jump on another
How
live
did
stream.
you
and-
get
He's very good.
like 4 first-round picks?
That's very good.
CMC, Jamar, Amon-Ra, Olave were all going in the first and second round.
That's kind of wild.
And Gibbs.
Well, CMC he would have taken at 3, and then he got Amon-Ra
how
at
did
the
you
end
get
of the
Jamar?
second, and then got Olave at the wraparound.
Yeah,
Where'd he
good
get Jamar,
point.
though?
Yeah, you got Jamar. in
Jameer
fourth.
Gibbs? No, this is
Oh, so it's Jamar
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
It's Jameer Gibbs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes so much more sense.
All right, Brian says, considering dropping Khalil Herbert
All right.
for A-Chain, thoughts on A-Chain as a stash? I see it. Yeah. I think I'd still keep Herbert there. I don't love, I'm not in love with either of those options, to be honest with you, but
I like A-Chain more than Herbert personally, but I'm not doing that yet.
I don't blame you. I don't super blame
Give it
you.
another week. A-Chain won't even be playing this week, will he?
I don't think so, but it's hard. It's hard to tell.
Let me check that real quick.
Hey, we got some
we got a
support from
super chat.
Powerhouse.
I know,
Super
Powerhouse,
chats.
dude. Appreciate you so much,
Yeah.
and you're jumping up
Jumping
in the
the
line here.
line.
Jumping the line for super chats, just so you guys know.
Oh my
Half
gosh.
PPR, yeah, we are definitely. It's like our third ever. Half PPR, Laporta, Musgrave, or Henry at tight end this week. Also, Tampa Bay's a good defense this week. Yes, we had Tampa Bay ranked in our S tier for defenses this week
Yeah.
because they're playing the Chicago Bears.
And we got crapped on.
Here's the thing
for
I
it.
don't think people understand, though. Like, that defense is still,
They have
capable.
They have literally almost everyone they did when they went on their Super Bowl run.
Yeah, that's still a capable defense. Like, I don't understand why people are so down on them. Like, yes, I know they have Baker Mayfield, but he's not playing cornerback for them. Like, so yes, like Tampa Bay, and then Laporta, Musgrave, or Henry.
hard.
Musgrave is primed for a big week this week because they're going to be missing Christian Watson again, because they're going to be missing Aaron Jones again. Laporta obviously looked very good in week 1, as did Musgrave.
Really,
honestly.
all the rookie tight ends were good week 1, except for Michael Mayer, Avery.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oof.
And imagine that.
Oof.
They were all
If
like,
he'd
pretty
bet on
decent.
anyone else other than Michael Mayer and Kincaid.
I
But he
feel,
bet
I
on
feel pretty
Mary
good about
Kincaid.
Musgrave had three catches for 50 yards, and granted, one was a blown coverage. But
Yes, yeah.
We won our bet. Avery sucks. We're at 1,875 subscribers.
Nice, thank
okay.
you guys.
Anyways, to answer that, I'm gonna go with Laporta there still.
I think I'll go Laporta.
take Laporta.
I'm comfortable with that.
That's got to be
I
the
think
highest
Henry's a
scoring game.
lot.
Yeah.
Henry's a lot more
Right.
dependent on his touchdowns.
Rob says, "Do I care if 6 players have the same bye week?" No, that's actually good. When you're
Oh,
building
yeah.
a fantasy team, you want all your players to have the same bye
I'm gonna
week.
change my answer. I'm going with Hunter Henry there. He had 5 targets, 6 targets, 5 receptions,
And a
56
touchdown.
yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he always
And Mac looked good.
a year ago,
know. I
a
just think
year
they're gonna run
removed
the
from
ball.
actually having removed from actually having an offensive coordinator, Hunter Henry actually caught
No,
a
they're
lot
playing
of
the
touchdowns.
Dolphins. The Dolphins
Yeah.
have a beat up
Well,
secondary.
there was a time where Hunter Henry was like, I mean, he was a valuable
He had
dynasty.
he had 9 touchdowns back in 2021. Last time Mac Jones
Yeah.
had an offensive
Yeah.
coordinator.
Yeah, but there was also a time back when he was on the Chargers where he was like a really valuable dynasty tight end.
Yeah.
Like he was poised for a breakout and then he got hurt. So
All right,
He's a good tight end.
let's move on here. Do I care? Oh yeah, this is the bye week. No, again, so what I was saying, you actually want your players to have the same bye week, because at that point, then you're just
Only
giving up
taking
one
one
week.
loss.
If you have I have a player with bye week this week and next week and the week after, then you're just missing parts of your team every week. Just take the L the one week and then be at full strength the rest of the weeks. I mean, when you're talking about like the weekly winners on Underdog, a strategy is to stack bye weeks on that. So do not be worried about that at all.
Yeah, I have 2 bye weeks in my weekly
That's
winners
awesome.
team that I
I
only
do
did
too.
one.
I try to go for 2 bye
Yeah.
weeks every time I did a weekly winners. Tristan says Higbee or Musgrave. I will still go with Tyler Higbee, even though they're playing the 49ers there. But Musgrave has to be projected close to the same amount of
Again,
points.
I forget who the Bears are playing.
the Bears,
Bears?
are playing
Why does it matter who they play?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, sorry, Packers.
Oh, they're playing the Falcons.
I'm gonna trust Matt Stafford on this one. I'll
Yeah.
take Higbee.
Yeah. I mean, look, how many times did Matt Stafford throw the ball in week 1? Do you know? He had 300 and something yards. And
He threw it a lot.
they threw the ball a
It's
ton.
like in the 40s, I
Like,
think.
if you have the option of giving it to Cam Akers or throwing the ball, you throw the ball. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Trade value of Goddard. 224 seconds worth cashing in on.
Yes.
Nathan?
I'm trying to put something on top of Goddard and go and get someone else personally.
I agree with that. I'm trying to up tier. Or move off of Goddard for Kincaid while you can.
You're saying you'd take the 2 seconds over Goddard?
That's what he said.
You.
I think I'd take Goddard still.
I'd take Goddard, yeah.
Split decision there. but-
I mean, the Eagles don't even. They look like a shell of their offense last year. So give them time. Like,
yes. Yeah,
you've got to give them time to get it figured out. You're talking about a team that has a brand new offensive coordinator and play caller and a brand new defensive coordinator. Like, they are very clearly not clicking on all cylinders like they were last year. And I think if they end up being 85% of what they were last season, Goddard's a viable option. He's worth more than 2 seconds. So
Yes. Hey, we're up to 1877. We've gotten like 11 subscribers since we started, so appreciate you guys. Keep them coming if you can. It helps us out a ton, and we love answering your questions, so drop those as well. Another one here, Breece Hall or Jahan Dotson for flex, half PPR. Oh, that is tough. On a snap count still, Breece Hall.
Half PPR. I'm
half
taking
PPR.
Breece Hall.
I'll take Breece.
I'd take Breece as well.
Freelance Sid says, Dak versus the Jets or Pickett versus the Browns?
Dak. I think the Browns have probably the scariest defensive line in the league right now, and the Jets have a great defense as a whole, as a unit. But Kenny Pickett's not good.
I mean,
Well, he didn't. I don't. We don't know if Kenny Pickett's good. He looked horrible week 1.
dude, Allen was buns
Yeah, I know. We know.
week 1.
Yeah.
And Dak is not much better.
Yes, that is. You are
I
right.
mean,
about
they could run the ball more
Yeah.
than they do pass it.
Yeah.
That is true.
Ugh.
But what's Pickett gonna do against the
I
Browns?
legitimately like. I'll take Dak.
Yeah.
Give me Dak.
Gibbs, Walker, or Algier, pick 2. Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs and Algier.
Who do the Seahawks play?
I forget.
Lions.
Lions.
I'm going to go Gibbs and Walker.
I'm too.
So you're taking Walker over or you're taking Algier over Walker
Yeah.
so they're playing the Packers. So that's a favorable matchup too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets it says
Another slow the game down. Run the
it was
ball.
Khalil. It's from the 12 team I showed you guys. Oh yeah. Okay, so back to that question. Can you read it again?
Kupp and Herbert. Should I package them for a good RB? If so, who?
If you're trading Cup, you better get somebody with high upside. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm selling Cup right now. That's a hard sell for me.
Because
You're not getting a lot
who
for
are
him.
you really gonna be able to get?
Take a running back that had a down week. Take like
Pollard.
our
No,
people.
Pollard had a fine
I mean,
week.
I haven't sent out feelers in fantasy for Josh Jacobs, but Josh Jacobs had 19 carries and had like 6 points to show
But
for it.
you're killing a lot of Cup value in there. Like you're
Yeah.
losing out.
Yeah, but he's not worth.
Jacobs,
he's already
I
not
think, is
worth
a
what
good
he was.
target
Like,
though.
he is a good target
Gibbs is a fine
because
target.
you're not getting anyone
Yeah.
better than Jacobs. Like you're not getting
JT
Saquon. You're
even.
not getting Chubb.
Gibbs or JT are good targets. I agree with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oscar Garcia says Nakua or Marquise Brown 12 team
Puka.
Puka.
PPR.
Puka.
We're starting Puka places this week. We like it. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I mean, we're not going to get on the dynasty hype train just yet, but short term, he absolutely has great upside.
Mm.
Even against the 49ers. Fantasyland says all love, boys. Appreciate the insight. Y'all are killing it. You guys are too. You guys have been doing really well, and I've enjoyed watching your videos recently. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, guys. Ron says Elijah Moore or Treylon Burks at the flex PPR. This is really,
That's
really
hard.
tough for me. They're in the same tier for me this week.
I'm gonna trust Deshaun with Elijah more than I am gonna trust Ryan. 10 interceptions. Ton of interceptions with Burks.
Even the D-hopless.
I think
Yeah.
Titans.
I think I'm gonna be an idiot and go
Ugh.
Treylon Burks.
I'm
here.
taking Burks.
Yeah.
I think
I
maybe
understand
this
it.
will
Burks
be the
has
week.
upside.
No, he does, but no, you are absolutely right to be skeptical because every time Treylon Burks should break out, he doesn't. It's at this point, it's ticking me off, like legitimately. But with Treylon Burks this week, like the Chargers defense, I know it's 1 week and they play the Dolphins. They are dead last in PFF grade for defense right now. So
1 week.
yeah, 1 week, but Treylon Burks, if he were going to break out, I would think it would be this week. So
Yeah.
I'm really hoping he does actually. Higbee or Laporta PPR.
Ew.
We just got this one, did we?
Yep, we did.
So we
went
said
with-
Higbee.
went with- Yep.
Oh no, we got
No, that was
Higbee.
Musgrave.
We got Higbee.
We took Higbee over
We hit
Musgrave.
Higbee over Musgrave. Higbee or Laporta, still Higbee.
Yeah.
Josh Foltz says, start 2 running backs, 1 flex. James Conner, Javonte Williams, Josh Kelly, Romeo Dubs. All right, so I will start.
2 running backs. 2 of those running backs.
So I'll start James Conner
And Kelly.
and
Josh
Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah.
Yep. And then the flex will be Romeo Dubs for me. against
I'll
the
take Javon.
against the Falcons without
Ooh.
Christian Watson,
Yeah.
and he's been a red zone threat for the Packers. And honestly, Jordan Love's looked good in the red zone.
And they're not going to have Aaron Jones, so they're going to have
And
a rough time.
I
running
think
the ball.
Musgrave and Dubs are two guys that you are really thinking about starting this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
And
I think
Musgrave's
that's-
tough because you tend to roll with the veterans, like especially this early in the season,
Why is that?
because rookies take a minute to get their feet under them for the most part, unless it's like literally any rookie last week that I didn't bet on. But same time, yeah,
Yes,
I think we nailed that one.
Yep.
All right, Ron says trust Judy coming off injury without limitations. No, roll with Nico Collins.
I'm going with Nico.
Nico, we're taking Nico there.
Yep.
Especially against the
Call's
Colts.
crazy. Call's crazy, but he's playing the Colts, and he had how many targets last week?
11.
Okay, there's your answer. Josh did say full PPR for his stars, but that doesn't change my answer. Scars17S says, Dylan, if Jones is out or Javonte Williams, Javonte over Dylan for sure.
Yes.
Also, Mostert or Algier.
Algier.
Yes, Algier.
Oh, wow. I'm thinking Mostert there. I like Raheem Mostert more than I like Tyler Algier.
Against
See
the-
what Philly's run
against
game
the-
did against New England.
Oh, they're taking no. They're playing the Patriots. I'm
Yes.
taking Algier. Sorry, my bad.
Thank you.
Matchup. Scar17S says all PPR. Yep. Algier or JSN?
Algier.
We had JSN. We just had
We
JSN.
just had Jason as a start.
We just had JSN as a start this week.
Well, we got to back it up. I'll take Jason.
I'll take JSN as well. We got to back it up. I trust.
Back
This
it
is
up.
his week. Tequila Wolf
Nice.
says guy has T. Higgins and wants my Kittle. What should I do? You should send him your Kittle, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll take T. Higgins over
T. Higgins
Kittle.
for sure. Half PPR. Other wide receivers I have are Tyreek, Seekirk, Dotson, and Puka.
Especially in
could,
a half PPR.
Yes,
yeah.
and you could use those with your wide receiver room.
Yeah.
Other tight end is Ertz, grabbing either Schultz or Ferguson. Grab Schultz, and
And call it a day.
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah, you're
that
fine.
does stink because
It's still a win, though.
yeah, it's still a trade win. So Tequila Wolf says, heart y'all, thanks a ton. We heart you too, Tequila Wolf.
Yep.
Thanks for joining
Yep.
us, man. Muth or Kincaid, full
Kincaid.
PPR. We're gonna go Kincaid.
That's crazy. Yes, I prefer
Muth is
Kincaid.
hurt this week though, so like
Yeah, and
I have a
still,
reason.
But this could be a trade. But even then, even after Josh Allen having 4 turnovers in a game, I think the offense he leads is just not. I think this isn't a hot take at all. The offense he leads is going to be so much better than a Kenny Pickett offense.
I agree with that.
And freaking, oh my gosh, don't even get me started on how bad the Steelers' offensive play calling is.
I won't get you started on it.
Thanks, Matt Canada.
Yeah, right. Dude, is he ever gonna get fired?
As Canadian,
My gosh.
I don't know.
My gosh.
He's only been in the league for only been there since 21, right?
Yeah, and he's been awful since he got there.
Yeah.
In Dynasty. Oh, you're asking us Dynasty questions on our fan. I see what you're doing here. Should I try packaging guys like Pitts, London, Burks, Dawson to tier up? Don't sell Pitts, don't sell London, don't sell Burks, don't sell Dotson.
I'm not selling.
Correct.
so-
correct and correct.
And thanks, all love. Thanks,
There's not
Tristan.
many guys I'm.
And thanks for
looking
joining
to
us.
Tier up with.
No,
with
we're not.
them either.
We're not
'Cause
looking.
There's like a massive tier gap, and no one I'm really willing to put a first on.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. That was an accurate description of how I feel. Ron T says, appreciate you guys. And Ron T, we appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for getting our subscribers up. Make sure you drop a like on the live stream. If you haven't already, it helps us out a ton. We're going to be here answering your questions for as long as you guys have them. We appreciate you again. All of our exclusive content and stuff like that. If you want to join the community, flockfantasy.com/domain and using code domain to get in our camp and get 30% off. Appreciate y'all. Got a couple more questions here. Would you guys trade QJ and Dotson for Higgins and a mid-second in Dynasty? No. Agree?
Yeah, I'll take QJ and Dotson. I think it's closer.
They're sneaking. They're sneaking.
I think it's close because we are known not huge fans of T. Higgins going into this season in Dynasty. I think he falls as the season progresses, and then once we get back into next offseason, he's going to rise again because he's going into his 5th year. Free agent, as long as he doesn't get tagged. I don't think they can afford to tag him with this
Correct.
new wide receiver market. So, I mean, there's a chance that he goes elsewhere. And if there is even a chance, if you're telling me there's a chance, then I think you have to expect T. Higgins' market value to go up, and people will want to be buying him at a premium. So
But won't QJ's value rise?
Yes,
as a,
yes.
as
So will
a
Dotson.
wide
Exactly,
receiver, and
which
Dotson
is-
as they get closer to a new quarterback.
yes,
there as well.
which is why I'm taking the QJ and Dotson
Yes.
side. I do think it's close though. So
Good points, boys. Hey, by the way, you guys are sneaking your Dynasty questions in. We got a Dynasty video coming out tonight.
Yeah.
Is it ready?
Yeah, it's ready to go.
All right,
I'm just waiting on the thumb.
I'm gonna do the thumb, and we're releasing a Dynasty video after this video.
I need
So,
a description too.
oh yeah, we can just reuse
Yeah.
one of the other ones. That's what we always do. Laporta or Kincaid, full PPR 12 team. Dang, two of the good
Dang.
rookies.
All right, we gotta look up the Lions are playing the
The Lions are
Seahawks.
playing the Seahawks.
Yeah, and then the
Bill-
Bills are playing the
the
Raiders.
I'll take Kincaid.
I'll take Kincaid.
Yeah, why not?
Joe Nathan. Joe, who
This
says,
is easy.
What's up?
should I start McLaurin or Pittman Jr.?
Pity.
We're taking Pity this week. McLaurin's a start. People are going to say we're crazy for that one, but McLaurin's a sit for us. So that's kind of our reasoning. Hey, if you're watching and you haven't, you want to see that little ticker at the top corner and go, "Yoop," make sure you subscribe for us.
Nice.
Kyoko says, I think I said it right. I'm good with names. Non-PPR, Tin Man says, who should I start in the flex between James Conner and Godwin? Or should I play them both and bench Dameon Pierce?
Huh.
Oh, Dameon Pierce is playing the Colts. But the D-line looked good last week. This is really tough, honestly.
Between James Conner and Godwin. Who are the Bucks playing?
The Bucks play...
They're playing the Bears.
The Bears.
It's so hard to rememorize this every week.
I know.
It's
Because,
okay.
like,
I know.
Bucks are playing the Bears, and James Conner's playing Washington. Washington is a really solid front four.
Chase Young is playing.
Chase Young is back, which honestly, Chase Young has at this point. I mean, he's been a disappointment for where he went.
I'm
the
keeping
draft.
Pierce
He's
in your
played, he's
starting
been okay,
lineup.
but yeah.
He's
I'm
been
keeping
okay.
Dameon Pierce in
Yeah.
the starting lineup. I'll go with Godwin.
I'll go with Godwin and Pierce. Yeah. So starting Godwin over James Conner. It's close, though. That's a close one. Hayden says, Hayden Christensen, you think? No?
It probably is.
It could be.
How nice would that be?
Who wins? Hey, if you haven't seen Ahsoka yet and you're into Star Wars, it's pretty awesome. Who wins?
I cried. I'm kidding.
I
didn't cry.
almost cried. Sanders, Njoku, Algier for Mark Andrews and James Cook.
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews and James Cook is the winner of that trade, so I hope you got that side. Gator Fan 15. Hey guys, what's up, Gator Fan 15?
He must like Anthony.
I know I'm late to the
Richardson.
party. It's all right. The party's a little bit longer tonight. We're just hanging out, answering your questions. Would you start Gabe Davis or Elijah Moore this week? Simon, these are your babies. You take this one.
I'm sticking with Elijah Moore. He got 7 targets last week. And, Gabe Davis, the Raiders were a horrible defense last year, and I think Josh Allen's going to have something to prove. But I'm hoping the way Josh Allen takes his something to prove is not by forcing the ball downfield, it's by taking what's there, and what's there is usually not Gabe Davis deep.
Yes.
Gabe Davis could always pop a 50-yard touchdown, but I'm going to go with Elijah Moore.
Would you be willing to eat the bad matchups with the New England defense since they're playing pretty solid over well? I'm comfortable starting New England's defense every week.
Yep.
Absolutely. You see,
Absolutely.
even when they have,
'Cause even when they give up
good
points,
defense
they
have
force
touch matchups,
turnovers.
like the Eagles last night,
They still
they
had
still had
they had
9 points. Like, if
and
you
we
come
got crapped on having them as like our 7th ranked defense this week. And guess what? They're gonna finish as a 7th ranked defense this week.
Yeah, they can Ligma. Anna says, when did you almost cry? All of it, Anna. And this is not a spoiler show, okay? So quit trying to get us to
Yeah, we can't
spoil
spoil
Ahsoka
anything.
for
yeah,
people.
that's so mean of you.
Yeah, Anna.
All right, I'm going to check the New England's defense last year
I did
against.
when it was over. I like stared into space. for like 20
Hayden
minutes.
says, yes, I am Hayden Christensen. This is awesome.
You are
dude.
the best
No way.
person.
Yeah, we love
literally
we love
of all
that
time.
you are back in Star Wars, dude. It's an honor to have you on. This is awesome.
Shut up, no spoilers.
All right, no spoilers. Drop your questions and your comments. Start sit questions, anything in the comment section. We have been live for how long? 1 hour
1
and
hour?
3 minutes.
3
So
minutes.
we are gonna be on for a while more, answering all your fantasy questions, hanging out, talking football. We're just chilling tonight. We got some videos done, and we've got a dynasty video coming out. Our injury report video will have all the injury roundup for all of fantasy this week. We'll be out here soon as well. So we got some new content coming out for you, and it helps if you subscribe. So make sure you do that as well. Anna says, sorry, it is so good, though, but I ain't crying. Right. Yeah, you're just lying, Anna. Kayoko says, appreciate the advice. My 10-man, from Wizard of... Okay. Got Mahomes, CMC, Pierce, Waddle, Metcalf, Hawkinson, and Godwin now in the flex. That is broken. So good job.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Why can't I have
I
drafty?
have a question.
Where do you guys
for
find these leagues?
We play with
I know.
like other normal.
Yeah.
We play with people
If
who
you were
listen to
playing
our
with
show,
your uncle and like your
like Nate, like Uncle
your
D's.
aunts, like never mind.
Remember when we played Dynasty with Uncle D's?
Yeah,
He drafted
yeah.
Darren Waller in the
Exactly.
4th round. That was fun.
Jeez.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I have a question for you guys. After a week and 1 game of football, what are your adjusted division winners?
Um,
Let's start with the
1878. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's start with the AFC East.
Dolphins.
Gonna go with Dolphins.
I
Yeah.
had the Dolphins to start the year. though,
I'm
so
gonna-
that's
I
not
had the
adjusted.
Jets.
I'm
Really?
gonna be a crazy idiot here.
You're gonna take New
I'm
England.
gonna take New England.
Whoo! All
Yeah.
right.
I take New England. Now that I mean, you have Bill
I
Belichick,
understand it.
but when you get a competent offensive coordinator and Mac Jones actually looks decent, it's like, oh,
I don't think the Bills are being slept on. I think they're just like a non-hype team this year.
well,
Yeah.
but not they're just not super
They're not.
good.
They just
amazing.
didn't make any massive improvements anywhere.
I
like
think
some of the
franchise
other
guy
teams did.
nailed it. Shout out franchise guy who
Yeah.
always watches our show.
AFC West. We can skip that one. It's KC. How
Yep.
about the North?
So I'm sticking with the. Oh, I don't know. The Browns are dangerous.
In
I'm
the-
gonna stick with the Bengals though. That's who I had preseason. I'm not gonna overreact.
In the North, I don't know. That's the toughest one for me. I'll go with the Browns.
I'll take Cincinnati just because of Joe Burrow, but I think 3 teams make the playoffs in that division.
I
I agree.
like being
Um,
the odd one out.
And the South,
Titans.
Jacksonville. Oh, okay.
I
Alright.
thought Jacksonville was pretty rough last week. Titans were bad last week too. We'll stick with the Jags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avery, Jags. Okay.
I was overthinking that one.
NFC East. I'm going Dallas, like
NFC
hands
East,
down.
Dallas for me.
I think Dallas,
'Kay.
which we all said before the season started.
Yes, we did.
I had the Giants as a potential dark horse, but that's looking horrible right
No.
now. So, the
After one
West,
game.
that's the Rams, San Fran, Arizona, Seattle.
San Fran.
San Francisco.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
run away with that.
The North, this is the big
Taking
one.
the Buck. Sorry, you said
NFC
not
North?
South. I'll take the Bucks in the South. Blah blah blah.
You're taking the Bucks in the South.
I'll take the Packers in the North again. Still, I don't think anything's.
I'll take
I'm still going to go with Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I mean, it's not Chicago. I really don't
not
think it's
come.
Detroit. I don't think it's Detroit. And then, the South,
I
I'm
don't think
taking
it's Detroit either.
the South. I'm taking New Orleans.
In the North, I will take the Packers. In the South, I will take. The South is so bad.
I'm not taking the Saints.
I'll take the Saints. Sorry.
The only team I'd
I'll go
consider.
with the best defense.
The only
there,
team
I
I'd
guess.
consider over the Saints is Atlanta. And if Atlanta makes the playoffs,
and I just can't.
Drake
trust.
London is screwed in Dynasty for the
Yes.
next 2 to 3 years.
Oscar Garcia. Oh wait, I skipped one here. Joe who says, should I leave Fields or start Purdy instead? Probably Fields.
I'm staying with Fields.
Yeah, Fields.
Oscar Garcia says, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. We appreciate you. Oscar, thanks for watching. Eddie says, what should I do? No, he says, what should I do with G. Wilson PPR 10? I would hold him. I mean, you're not going to get anything good. Everybody's down on him now because of
Yeah.
the situation. So,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's asking what to do with Garrett Wilson. If you find somebody wanting to buy at even 90% of the original price you got him at, then sell him. But other than that, I think you hold. He had 14 points last week with Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson playing in an Aaron Rodgers game plan.
Yep.
I think you hold him.
I don't really think anyone's paying what he might end up being worth anyways.
I think at this point
everyone's paying for his floor.
people are lower on Garrett Wilson than what he might actually produce this year, or definitely lower than what his ceiling is. So, Ahsoka is good, but the new Sabine haircut ain't it, in my
I
opinion.
completely agree, and I've just seen pictures. I haven't.
I
even
know,
watched the show.
Wait, but
She started with the long hair and it was
Yes.
really cool, but the short hair, I understand.
that's how it was in Rebels.
It was
Yes,
it
it
was
is.
true to the Rebels show.
yeah.
And Rebels is a good show.
It
so.
might be talking about when she had long hair. So, but she did cut it.
Well,
Team-
they said haircut, so
okay, so maybe it
just
is.
saying. They don't
Team
like the
Money
short-
Reacts says, should
True
I
to Rebels.
trade Ridley for Bijan? Question mark?
Absolutely. If someone's offering you that, yes.
Yeah, frick yeah. My wide
Yeah.
receivers are Amon-Ra, Olave, Ridley, Cup, and my running backs are Dylan, Algier. Yeah, no, you've got room for it too.
Yep, you do.
It's a good one. Also, would
he
you
is
hold on to Jeff Wilson or is it not worth it? I'm probably not holding on
Yeah.
to Jeff Wilson right
No.
now.
Just get one of the waiver wire pickups. Like if you could have gotten, who are some of the waiver? I mean, honestly, Kyron Williams. If you get Kyron Williams instead of Jeff, just drop Jeff
Yes.
Wilson, get Kyron Williams. Like,
Yeah.
why not?
So did we do all the divisions?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
Did we do AFC West?
Chief.
We said Chiefs. Don't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Don't even say the Chargers, Avery.
I'm not going to. I know who our coach is. I get it. Is my mic moving?
Potentially, it's because of this. We just need to take that off
Oh
because
gosh.
it keeps slipping.
It's a high dollar studio we got here, guys.
Yep.
All
We need to fix
right.
that.
Appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Drop a like. Make sure you sub. Drop your questions and your comments and your start sit questions, especially. We're going to be here answering your questions until we don't want to anymore. So, what else is there to talk about this week? What was big? I mean, we can talk about Thursday. I mean, we can talk about last night. So we've been talking between the three of us.
Yeah, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on
We
this.
think potentially in Dynasty,
You think
and-
potentially? I think I've decided.
we think that TJ Hawkinson might be the tight end 1 in Dynasty. Tight end 1 overall.
I'm not even questioning it anymore.
Why do we think this, Simon? Why would we think that? 1879, thank you so much.
I mean, the only guy who's outproducing him at this point
It's Kelsey.
is Kelsey. There's
He is
Kelsey's
outproducing Mark
33.
Andrews.
Kelsey just missed the first game in 8 years, and like, I think there's a tendency to think that like once a guy misses a game, it's all downhill from there, which isn't true necessarily. But you're seeing such a floor of targets for Hawkinson that's kind of crazy. I mean, 9 targets in his first game, I believe 8 targets last night, right? And like he's been doing that really ever since he came to Minnesota. I'll pull it up on the road of his screener as I'm talking here, but unless you want to do it, Nathan.
Oh, you're good.
Since he got there, he's been averaging like honestly 6 to 7 targets a game, and it offers
At
such
least,
a
yeah.
brilliant floor
Yes.
that really no one else has. I mean, Mark Andrews had that a full season removed, and Mark Andrews is incredibly talented, and I think he's a better tight end than TJ Hawkinson. I mean, even Kittle's a better tight end, but are they doing as much pass catching, and is that their designated role in the offense?
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Because let's be honest, I think Hawkinson is really probably the best true tight end from a fantasy production perspective, because Kelsey is a cheat code. Like he
Yes.
should not be considered a tight end in fantasy. He is a wide receiver. He really is. And you just happen to be able to put him in your tight end position,
Yeah.
which is a cheat code. And I think once
Such a
Kelsey
cheat.
retires in the next 2 to 3 years, potentially, like you're going to see these guys like Hawkinson be moved up boards because they're the next best available. And then they're not going to be at that point worth probably what they're going for. Right now, Hawkinson's he's going way later than where he should be going. And if you can still get him at a discount, like I just bought Hawkinson and I gave up George Kittle in a second. If you can do that in your league, please do. Because I mean, we know for a fact, just from the tweet that Avery sent out last night, like we know for a fact there are people out there that are still like legitimately not just
like they disagree.
not just like conservative
they think
on Hawk.
it's
They're like
outrageous.
down on Hawk.
Yeah.
And they think it's outrageous.
just stupid.
So
Which
who-
makes
who
no
leads-
sense.
Who leads tight ends and everything? It's Kelsey, right? But even last year, this is counting being on the Lions. Hawkinson was second in targets, second in receptions, second in reception yards, second in points per game, second in expected points per game, third in air yards, sixth in total touchdowns. So like, really, when it comes to everything, he's the other guy.
Yeah.
You know, Mark Andrews was slacking last
He
year and
had
you
a
know,
better
all
year
this-
than
all this
Andrews
stuff.
did.
Yeah. And then you're saying to start off the year 2 weeks in a row, he's getting the targets. He's now getting the touchdowns. He has a good offense. I mean, all things considered, even though they're 0-2, you know, playing next to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison is going to lead to an efficient offense when Kirk Cousins firing. Yeah.
And I think the biggest argument against Hawkinson being tight end 1 at this point is what Mark Andrews did in 2021, which was just, again, 2 years ago. I mean, 2 years ago, Jonathan Taylor was the running back 1 in fantasy as well, and that's why we're really high on JT right now. The difference is you have a completely different offensive coordinator on Baltimore. This is no longer the Greg Roman offense. This is no longer tight end heavy. This is no longer let's not use Lamar's skill set as a passer and just make him dump it off to your tight ends and hand the ball off every other play. Like, this is a completely different system, and a system that may cap Mark Andrews' ceiling to a point where he's not producing at Kelsey levels.
Correct.
And I think Mark Andrews was such a unicorn because not only was he producing at Kelsey levels in 2021, but he was doing it as an actual tight end.
Yes.
And I just don't think we're going to see that again. And as the season progresses with Hawkinson, I mean, if he keeps this going, you're looking at a season where he potentially breaks the 300 mark.
Yes.
Like, I don't think that's bold. Hawkinson,
No, I don't think it is either.
He had 250
That's 17 and a half points per game.
250 points total last year. And that was half the season being with the Lions, where most of his points came from like 2 or 3 games.
Yes. You're not only seeing
yeah.
you're not only seeing the big playability and the big game ability from Hawkinson, but you're seeing the consistency now, especially from target standpoint.
only- I mean-
if you're playing tight end premium leagues, like absolutely.
He's not just a
Absolutely.
He's not just a bum body getting targets because he's the third option. He's like burning DBs.
Yes. You're absolutely right.
He's a very good route runner.
Hey, thanks to our newest subscriber, we got to 1880. Pretty good, pretty good. All right. I was gonna ask. What was I gonna ask? Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, we have some questions to answer.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So Tequila Wolf says, "Hey, Tequila Wolf.
Yo.
How do y'all compare Najee to Alvin Kamara? If I traded Kamara for Najee and the owner has Javonte Williams, you think we both win or favorable to one side? We're taking Kamara there. I'm taking Kamara there.
Wow.
I'm taking Kamara there.
That's fast.
Yes, I'm not thinking about that. I'm really concerned about Jalen Warren,
Yeah.
and I really think Alvin Kamara is best when he's in a limited efficiency or limited, more efficient, I should say, pass catching role.
I think
all of his best
it's
seasons
close
were in
enough
that.
to just take your guy, and especially if you're in a PPR league, I'll take Kamara.
Yeah.
Mr.
crazy.
Grapefruit, nice name. 10-team PPR trade. Side A is Kirk
That's the
Cousins,
bright side.
Derrick Henry, Chris Olave. Side B is Anthony Richardson, Roger Stevenson,
B.
and Calvin Ridley and Tyler Higbee. Which side, fellas?
B.
Definitely side B there. Yeah, 100%. Agree?
Is this Dynasty?
No, this is
Ooh, okay.
this is redraft.
Go back.
If this
Tequila
is-
Wolf says, sorry, Jamal Williams, not Alvin Kamara. So Najee to Jamal Williams, we'll all take Najee. I'm
Yeah,
just
we'll
gonna
all
go ahead and answer for you.
Well, I'll
too.
take Najee. And he says, I heart y'all. Thank you so much. We heart you. Joe Nathan says, should I drop Gerald Everett?
No.
I mean, it depends on who your
Parham
tight ends
just-
are.
Parham just caught one
Parham.
touchdown in
Yeah, I
week
was gonna
one.
say Parham's stats looked better than his
Wait,
actual play.
so you're saying he should keep Gerald Everett?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. All right. Eddie says, thank you, Eddie. Thanks for watching, man. Tequila Wolf says Jamal Williams. Sorry, and we covered that. So drop your questions, start sit questions, fantasy questions, trade questions, anything. We're answering every single one of your questions. Injury questions as well. We've got a full injury report in front of us, and we will have an injury updates video coming out here in just a few minutes. Probably later tonight. And a Dynasty video coming out for all you Dynasty sickos out there. We know there are quite a few of you. I freaking forget what I was going to say before we answered those questions. I had something.
Man, you suck.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you do.
I know.
Super dude.
Well, Odie says need 2 right now.
All right. What do you need?
2 running back, 1
we go.
flex. James Cook, Mike Williams, Najee, Gibbs, Josh Kelly. 2 running backs, 1 flex. I'm going to go with Najee. I'm going to go with Gibbs, and I'm going to go with Kelly.
Yep, same 3 for me.
I will go Gibbs, Kelly, and James Cook there. I like me some James Cook. He looked good last week against a pretty good
Wow.
defense.
Okay.
He did look all right.
Yeah,
No,
he-
I know he did. Yeah. I was just surprised by Avery answering
Still can't
that.
break those arm tackles because
that is very true.
he's 2 pounds.
He's still very limited as a playmaker for sure.
He was a good price this year in fantasy, though.
I'm just scared about Najee.
Earlier,
I'm just
before the
scared.
talks came about him getting 2,000 yards.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, their OC said he's going to get 2,000 yards. I guess we have to buy him.
This is
since
an every
he's the
down
next
back.
Adrian Peterson.
XX says, this may sound like a dumb question, but should I risk Henry versus the Dolphins or Kittle versus the Rams? Opponent has Kelsey.
I'm sticking with Kittle.
Wait, this isn't a flex? Oh, that's Hunter Henry. I'm an idiot. I'm like, Derrick Henry? Yeah, I'm sticking with Kittle. Definitely sticking with Kittle there. You with us?
Yeah, I mean,
Dawson
when
Knox-
when Kittle scores points, he scores Kelsey level points. So
Dawson Knox, or except last week we had 6.
right. So when he scores actual
points,
points,
okay. I see
he
what you're
scores Kelsey level
Above
points.
replacement level, yes.
Yes. Dawson Knox or Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett.
Yeah.
We like Kincaid this week, so we'll see if we're right about that, but that's who we're going with now. All right, drop your questions, drop your comments. Been a good week. It's been a good
Yeah, I'm
week.
excited for the next playbook.
I am excited for the playbook because that will mean at that point we'd have watched more football.
Yep.
And I am excited for more football.
And at that point, we should have hopefully another a lot of subscribers
You're welcome, XX.
because our subs went up.
Yeah,
What-
you guys are helping us out a lot.
What were our
600
subscribers
this week?
What was our last Fantasy Domain live stream? Last Friday?
Yes.
I'm gonna go check in and see what our sub ticker said.
Okay.
Because it's gone up a lot.
I think it was 1420 or something because I remember 420. Yeah. I always my memory markers are
In the
always.
last week, 388.
That's awesome. That's not including today's.
That's
So,
not including
Yeah.
today's.
So math.
400.
Math. There you go.
So 7 days ago, we were at
A lot less.
Yeah, baby.
1,400.
It's a good sign.
Very good.
More subs we get, the more the algorithm pushes our videos out.
Yeah, drop your questions if you got any. We'll say as long as you guys have questions. And if there are no questions, we will hop off.
Yeah.
We got some content coming out before the games this weekend, actually. So tomorrow's college football, though, so we get to watch some college football as well.
Odie says, I'm scared to start Najee. I'm going to be real. Yeah, I think we all are.
Yeah, I'm pretty scared to start Najee as well. That's why I didn't say Najee. Thanks for the sub, by the way.
Yeah. I don't blame you for starting Najee this week.
But it's only been 1 week. Like,
Yep.
dude, this is legitimately coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I think it's going to fall before the stream's over.
That's hilarious. What is the problem? I mean, I know what the problem is. We'll just have to take it off before it falls over.
Yes.
So.
Any more questions, comments? Drop them here. I think
Louis
we do
Davies
have one.
says, dropped Antonio Gibson and picked up Josh Kelly. Good call.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. Good call. I think Antonio Gibson's probably dead as long as Ron Rivera's there. Well, even Eric Bieniemy. Like, he's going to spread the ball. But they gave look at Brian Robinson's carries in his last, 10 games. Like, it's just constantly gone up. Like, he's over 20 carries a game now.
Yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous.
He's so inefficient, too.
Did you see what our thing was, or did you not look? What we were going to do, we need to answer our Flock Fantasy 1882. Thank you so much. We need to answer our Flock Fantasy start sits. We should have done that at the beginning. Who to start, or who to sit out of Breece Hall, Dameon Pierce, and Javonte? Woof. Javonte or Breece? Who are we sitting?
Javonte.
I'll sit Javonte. I'll take Breece. I'll sit Breece. I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
I could go either way on that. I think Lucky's already got in the Assis Marquise Brown or Puka Nacua. And then Laporta or Schultz. I think we already got that one as well. So that was it.
Nice.
There we go. We're caught up.
There
How
you
about
go.
that?
Yeah.
Good work, boys.
Joe Nathan says Cam Akers or Zeke.
Zeke.
Because they're going to run the ball.
Zeke.
No, Cam Akers. He'll probably get a lot of touches.
Gross.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense.
You don't think they're going to pass it a lot against the Niners?
No. Man, Cam Akers had 1.3 yards per carry last week. I'll go with Zeke.
Not to mention
I think
Zeke.
Cam Akers might have negative yards per carry.
Zeke had legit
He might be the
receiving
first
upside.
ever.
Zeke had 7 targets last week.
Yeah, you make a. Yeah.
He out-targeted Ramondre.
Which
Cam
is
Akers
hilarious.
was horrible.
They're not signing Zeke to do anything though. They're just signing him to be a backup.
They're just signing him to sit his butt on the
I've
bench.
never seen such extreme levels of cope in my life. It was ridiculous.
But at the same time, everyone immediately started fading Ramondre. It was really funny.
Yes, it was actually really funny.
They were speaking out of both sides of their mouth.
Mr. Grapefruit says Henry, Olave, or Stevenson, Waller, Addison. Derrick Henry and Olave, or Ramondre, Waller, and
You
Addison.
can't start.
Derrick
Is this-
Henry and
oh,
Olave.
it's a trade.
It's
It's a
a trade.
trade.
Henry and Olave.
Yeah, I'm taking Henry and Lave there.
I mean, Waller
Yes,
may not even
absolutely.
make it through the season with his hamstring stuff right
He
now.
has,
I saw-
he has nerve damage in his hamstring.
Legit.
apparently.
Like that he basically said that without saying it. He was like, "Yeah, it's the same hamstring that I've been dealing with for the last 2 years." Whoa, really? But it's not like the actual hamstring or the muscle. It's like the nerve behind it. And when he said nerve, I was like, "Bro, excuse me?
That's not good, dude.
How about you can sit on my bench?"
you mean
So-
Darren Waller got hurt? There's
No way.
No
you
way.
can't predict injury.
You're
You
not
can
allowed
when
to.
it's been a pattern for
and then,
2 straight years.
you know what the best thing is people who say you can't predict injury when you say, "Oh, I predicted it and I was right." Well, why are you victory lapping injury? That's dumb.
That was like
That's
someone.
that's so what was it? The Matt Cooper guy or whatever on Twitter. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Woof. Woof,
Yeah.
dude. Quit crying about that.
You can't predict injury when
not
you're saying
victory
that
lapping
Bijan
injury.
Robinson is going to tear his ACL in week 7. Like, that's
No.
not. That's
you-
that
Don't
is
even
what you
put
don't
that
do.
juju on Bijan.
Don't do that.
Tequila Wolf says Seekirk, Kittle, Freiermuth, and Higgins have PPR. Oh gosh, I'm probably
Wow.
taking Freiermuth and Higgins.
I'm
there.
taking Higgins. Yep.
Yep.
He has Burrow too. He said Heart Boy, his longest Heart Boy ever.
Wow, this one really got my attention. This one
Carlin
really caught
says,
my
well, for
attention.
some reason, and I don't know why, when I look at this, my attention is automatically drawn to it. I have no clue what it is about this question.
It's like a fake super chat.
Right. Rashad White versus the Bears, or Mixon versus the Ravens, or Dylan versus Falcons. So let's cross. It's Mixon.
It makes him by far.
Mixon by far.
Dude,
Cool.
Rashad
You good with
White
that?
was
I
so
am
bad last
so
week.
good with that, man.
He got
Rashad
our
White
attention
averaged
with that.
2 yards per carry last week, by the way.
Thanks for jumping in, Carlin. Appreciate it. If you got any more questions, let us know.
Mr. Grapefruit says, "Yeah, I'm carrying Waller, Higbee, and Njoku at the moment, trying to figure it out."
Wow.
You're probably going to be stuck starting Njoku for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I think.
I'd start Higbee.
I'd start Higbee this week personally.
Well, maybe this week.
I
I'm
think
just
those are
saying
three
for
capable.
the rest of
Look,
the week. Or for the rest
guys,
of
we
the
are a
year.
team fade tight end here at Domain. Okay,
Yep.
so those are three guys you can
Unless
start.
it's Hawkinson.
Like 1883. Thank you so much. Yeah, unless it's Hawkinson, right? Hawkinson is the one exception to that rule.
Yep.
We did get a salutations from Legendary One with a J.
Oh, thanks, man.
Salutations
that's
to you.
salutations.
Sal you.
That's
This next question's one of my
Joe Nathan.
funniest ones we've gotten.
Oh.
Is it time to give up on Cam Akers?
It was time
It's
2
been
years
time.
ago.
Yes.
It's been time.
I have drafted 0 Cam Akers, and I know that's a bad strategy. You're supposed to hedge your bets,
Diverse, yeah, I know.
diversify.
Let's
I've
do
drafted
something fun here.
0 Cam Akers
Let's do something
in
fun
the
here.
last 15
Okay.
months.
Raise your hand if you
gonna be
own a singular share of Cam Akers in Dynasty. Raise your hand if you own a singular share of Cam Akers in your best ball or fantasy leagues. We practice what we preach
Such a
here at
bad
Fantasy
strategy,
Domain.
Yeah.
but I legitimately think Cam Akers
There
is
are
horrible.
some players like also J.K. Dobbins. Like there's none of us have a J.K. Dobbins share in a
Yeah.
Dynasty League. Like we just were out.
Nope.
Ramtin says PPR flex Zay Flowers, nice flower emoji, Godwin or Kelly. Josh Kelly for me.
Flex, I'm going with Zay.
Godwin against the Bears
Zay
defense.
was amazing last week.
Godwin against the Bears defense.
We all said something different.
Seriously? All right, let's talk through this so we can give a
Zay
real
had a
answer here.
45% target share week 1.
I know, but that's
And
gonna
I
go
know it's
down
week
when
1.
Andrews
I
comes
know
back.
it's week 1,
And
but
Andrews
I
is
still
coming
think he's
back.
going to get like 2
Andrews
Dude,
is
it's
targets.
Kelly. The running back
He's
is
going to
be
get
the
like
same.
8 targets and the field is
I
going
know
to be
because
more open.
Kellen Moore runs the ball a lot.
Yes, and it's the floor.
Kellen
play.
Moore, fun fact, on average runs the ball 100 times more a year than Mike McCarthy, and no one's listening to us about that.
No, that's true.
Legendary One says Flex 1, Dalvin Cook, James Cook,
Zay had
Javonte
10
Williams.
targets
I'm
week
assuming,
And-
okay, is that Jamal Williams or Javonte Williams?
And it was a super chat. So
Yeah.
Legendary One with the J, we love you and we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Flex 1, Dalvin Cook, James Cook, Javonte Williams, George Pickens, James Cook, or Romeo Dubs. All right, let's pick. You guys aren't gonna like my answer.
I know.
James Cook is in there twice. Oh, you know what?
Romeo Dubs if
Romeo-
Christian Watson doesn't play.
Romeo Dubs if Christian Watson's not playing.
Yeah.
If not, James Cook.
Yes, that's my answer.
Yep.
All right, I'm good with that.
'Kay.
I'm good with that. I like James Cook
I do.
for fantasy right now. Doesn't matter if White is terrible if he's going to be facing a JUCO defense this week, or they will probably throw the ball under 5 times in the second half.
No, I'm fine with
If
I'm fine.
anyone,
starting
if anyone
Rachaad
who
White.
consistently averaged less than 3 yards per carry with a bell cow workload were to average more than that one week, it would be this week. That is true.
I think Rachaad White's fine.
I'd still take the more talented back though, because I think it was between Rachaad White and
JUCO
Mixon. Like
defense.
I'm still taking Mixon. I really am.
Dude, Bears insults will absolutely get you on the screen on our show. Like
Legendary One did say that was Javonte Williams, not Jamal Williams, and I do think it's close. Like
it is close. So I take Dubs.
If
and
Watson
Cook.
doesn't play, take Dubs. If Watson is playing, I'm debating between James Cook and Javonte Williams.
And we say Cook.
Take your.
So
I
Cook-
would probably lean Javonte, but
Cook is the
you go with
consensus.
the majority.
Yeah. Booty Warrior. What's up, Booty Warrior? Puka Nakua or Nico Collins on the flex? Puka Nakua.
Puka.
Short term, baby. He's got some upside. We like his upside short term at the very least. XX says, nope, got Williams. And I don't know what he's talking about. Do you guys remember?
No.
No, I'm gonna find it real quick.
Carlin Kramer says Mike Williams, Amari Cooper, AJ Dillon, or Rachaad White. Pick 2 at flex. I'm going Amari
I
Cooper.
think he's commenting on our legendary one. He's saying I think he's saying he'll take Williams.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm taking Amari Cooper there for sure at flex. Definitely not AJ Dillon. I'm debating between Rachaad White and Mike Williams. I think I'll take Rachaad White.
Amari Cooper and Rachaad White?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll take that too. You good with that? We're kind
Yes.
of low on Mike Williams this week, actually.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
because
kinda low
he's
on
going
Mike
into the week
Williams.
banged up.
And he's playing the Titans.
Yes.
Wait, so is Kelly the final answer?
Yes, let's go with
Yeah,
Kelly.
let's
we
go.
can all agree on Kelly.
Let's go with Kelly. Like I think we'd all agree it's probably the safest pick out of all those. Not me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he got high upside too, but
Carlin
He has
Kramer.
really high upside.
Carlin
I think
Kramer
he has the highest
says-
upside.
Carlin Kramer says just confused with the Rashad matchup versus the Bears and Dillon if Jones doesn't play. If Jones doesn't play, I think we talked about this.
I don't really care about.
Did we
Dillon.
talk about this in a different video? Yeah, we did. We talked about it in our injury updates thing. AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones don't play the same role. So if Aaron
Correct.
Jones goes down, A.J. Dillon is not getting those targets that Jones would have gotten in that game. They're just going to change their game plan. And the same thing, if Dillon goes down, Aaron Jones is not getting the carries that Dillon gets because their skill sets are completely different.
Yes.
So I don't think you can count on when Jones is gone, because we've seen this before. Like, they always split snaps in split time, and we've seen it in the past where when Jones is out, Dillon doesn't really do much better. So I think it's just kind of a lost cause, a lost hope at this point. Take Rachaad White there.
Couchad TTV says, do you guys think the Cardinals misuse Connor again in a matchup where they might be legitimately favored, or are they going to mothball him in a tank for tanking purposes all year? I think they're going to try to use him.
Who says they misused him last week?
He had a lot of carries last week, right?
Yeah. I mean,
14 carries.
well, let's get a stat line for last week.
14 carries, 62 yards. That's 4.4 yards per carry. 5 receptions, 5 targets, 5 receptions.
How many points did he have last week?
13 points, right? 12? 12, 13?
12, exactly.
12, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a good
Wow,
start
that's-
that's a good start against a good D line.
Yep.
So I was really encouraged
We
by
think
that.
they're going to use him. We think they're going to use him.
And so this can double for the next question. See, Jason says, start Connor this week. Yes, we're starting Connor pretty much every week because with Joshua Dobbs as their star quarterback for the year.
Is that the weekend in his profile picture?
Yeah, I think so.
So are you? I want to know if this is actually the weekend watching, because that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we like Connor. King Louis V. Wow, you're old. Shout out to my girlfriend Cass, who's watching. Shout out to Cass.
Shout
What's
out,
up,
Cass.
Cass?
Yeah, what's up, Cass?
Debo Samuel or Zay Flowers in the flex, and Adams in the wide receiver 1, or Chase and Adams in the wide receiver 1 or 2.
I'll take Debo.
I'll take Debo. I'll take Debo.
I'm taking Zay.
Dude, you are high on Zay this week.
I'm
He's low
really
on
high
Debo.
on Zay. No, I'm not low on Debo. I own quite a bit of Debo.
Who do they play this week? The 49ers?
The Rams, right?
I mean, either way there, but I
Oh,
think
yeah. Let's take Debo.
let's take Debo there. I agree with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's going to swing me.
All right.
The Rams defense is not the Rams defense that won the Super Bowl.
1885 subscribers. Appreciate you guys so much. We love you. Thank you guys for supporting us. Drop your questions and comments.
Maybe that was Cast.
and we will answer them. That's
Maybe
what we
Cast
do.
was that
Could have been
subscriber.
Cass.
We
Could've been
answer
Cass.
questions for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe
We've
maybe it was
gotten-
Cass.
Hey,
Shout out Cass.
1885.
Anna Gwynn says, yeah, shout out 1885. I said
We've
that, didn't I?
gotten, I don't know. We've gotten like 20 subs from this live stream.
I know you guys are helping us out so much. You guys are helping us get to 2K. It's going to be 2K by next week. Anna Gwynn says, heck yeah, we need more women supporting Anna.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yeah, we looked at the analytics. It's about 99.5%.
It's 99.1. We've got
Oh, my bad.
0.9% women now watching
And I
our
think
show.
like half of those women
Nice.
that
And why
watch,
wouldn't
we
the
know
women
it-
want to watch us?
Oh my gosh. I think half the women that watch us are like my friends. Like Michelle Moore watches, Anna watches.
That's true. Like, I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And Nathan's mom probably tunes in every
My
once in a
mom and my sisters watch.
All right. Mr. Grapefruit says, different trade idea this time. 10-team PPR, Jamar Chase and Javonte Williams, or Tony Pollard and Jordan Addison.
Chase and Javonte.
Man, I'm gonna take Tony Pollard and Jordan Addison.
That is massive limited upside, in my opinion. I really like Addison at his price. Or I liked Addison at his price early in the season, but
So I'm going to split the vote here.
it's Jamar Chase.
I'll take Tony Pollard and Jordan Addison here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think
I'm done.
I think Addison could be a top 24 wide receiver, and Pollard.
I'm done.
I think so, too.
He's gonna keep being Pollard.
Addison's got some serious upside, and I think he's safer than Javonte Williams. And we're
You
talking about
guys
Tony.
are sleeping on Javonte.
That would be the difference.
Yes,
right here.
that absolutely.
It's not
I'm
Chase and
I'm
Pollard.
low on
Obvi-
Javonte. That's the difference here.
Obviously, you're taking Chase over Pollard. Like,
oh, yeah.
that's very clear.
I'm
If
just
it were
Even
taking-
though
Chase-
by
if
how
it-
much, like, I don't know.
If it were Chase for Pollard and Addison, straight up, I'd take Pollard and Addison. I think Javonte Williams actually moves the needle.
okay.
It's,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
okay.
it's,
Look
it-
what he did his first week back
I mean,
on a
dude,
snap count.
It's like it's an even trade. Like, I
Nathan-
think you have to say it's at least close to even.
Man,
Like,
Na-
so.
Nathan doesn't really care though. He doesn't get worked up about things.
Cade Smith, what's up, Cade Smith? Got offered Pickens and McLaurin for Ayuk. Ooh.
Javonte had 1.25 yards per catch.
I want
That was good.
Simon's the resident Ayuk truther here, so
I do like Ayuk at all. What's the okay? Got offered Pickens and McLaurin for Ayuk.
Just said that.
I'm gonna take Ayuk.
I think I'll keep Ayuk too. What about you? You're gonna get over it. I promise.
This is like a replacement level
On
quarterback
audition.
in Sam Howell. A pretty rough start.
gonna have
with
you answer the
Pickens
question.
and Pickett. I'm gonna take Ayuk here.
Oh, I totally take Ayuk there.
I would totally take him.
Yeah.
Give me a second because my comments aren't loading. Drop your questions. Drop your comments.
I got you. I'm gonna read it.
Well, I can't put them up on the screen yet. That's why I was gonna
Okay,
do it.
okay.
So drop your questions and comments in the comments section. We're answering literally every single one of your comments tonight. So we're going to stay on as long as you guys have questions. And we've got C. Jason says, indeed, it's the weekend. LOL. That is really, really cool. So we've had Hayden Christensen and the weekend on tonight.
That's
also got a
awesome.
trade request for Lockett and Christian Kirk for Amari Cooper.
I'm taking Amari.
He would be getting Cooper. I would make that trade. I'm fine with that. One flex full
I
PPR.
get
league.
Copper. Yep. We'll take Copper there.
Nathan, you taking Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay. We know you meant Cooper, but it's funny. Mr. Grapefruit says, thanks, fellas. Thank you, Mr. Grapefruit. Cow Chat TTV says, back to that Bears game one more time. Oh, don't get us started.
Oh,
Does Palmer get more run early on to move back into flex frame, or is he still boom or bust? Palmer as in
Palmer.
Trey Palmer?
Are the Bears playing the Bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trey Palmer.
Talking about
he's
Trey.
talking about Carson Palmer.
More run.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think he's.
I don't think.
No,
I
no.
don't think Trey Palmer.
I
I
is-
think
mean,
he's
listen, you're in a
absolutely
really
boom or
deep
bust.
league, but confirm that it was Trey Palmer you were talking about. and then
Yeah,
we'll see if we like our answer there.
But almost certainly
It's-
we're gonna stick with don't start him.
I love some of these names and pictures. Are my favorite. Grandpa Atlas, which is hilarious, and then is Mewtwo as the picture. Is this actually Mewtwo? Do you think that there are any moves to be made here? Thinking about upgrading Debo. QBs are Fields and Kirk. You're good there. Running backs, Jacobs, Mixon, ETN, Pacheco. You're good there. Wide receivers, Chase, Debo, Puka,
no.
Andrews, and Musgrave.
If anything, I'd down tier from Andrews and get another receiver.
Yeah, maybe that's what I would do. Yes, and keep Debo.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be trading Debo after 1 week, though, for sure. Tequila Wolf says,
Yeah.
seems obvious. You can go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, he said upgrading Debo, so I'm assuming he means put
Yeah.
something on top of Debo and get
Yeah,
someone
and go
else.
get
But
somebody
yeah,
else. But I think I'm comfortable with keeping Debo,
Debo
and
and
seeing-
fine with
Musgrave.
this. It's just been 1 week, man.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. He did. Says it seems obvious, but Tyreek Hill or Ridley and Devontae Adams. That's not even relatively close for me. It's Ridley and Devontae Adams there. Not close.
Yeah, I love Tyreek. but
Love
I
Tyreek.
still
Tyreek's
think-
one of the best players in fantasy, but you're getting two of the
I
top
think-
wide receivers in
yeah.
fantasy football.
I agree.
Agree, Nathan?
I mean, yeah.
You did say half
You
PPR.
got to take.
No, I think this is
I
like
mean, this
You
is
really think so?
elite for two amazings.
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously Tyreek's better than both of them, but who's going to score more points? Those two combined or Tyreek the rest?
I know. That's why I said yeah.
Okay.
That's a good
I'm not
point.
fighting
Good
it.
point, Nathan.
What did I even? I literally never said anything.
I know. I thought you were thinking about it, so I was like talking you through it.
No.
Oh, okay. What if it was McLaurin and either Kirk or Gabe Davis for Ayuk?
Still taking Ayuk.
I'd still take Ayuk there. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm holding on to Ayuk right now. I would only sell Ayuk if you're getting like crazy value. Like try to get a Devontae Adams. Try to get Calvin Ridley. Like, should I try to move D Hop? Also, who would you start between Josh Kelly and Jahmyr Gibbs?
Wow.
Wow, that's tough.
That's crazy. I'm gonna go with Joshua Kelly here until we see Jahmyr Gibbs pass.
get the snap
Because
count.
we know Josh Kelly is gonna lead.
I'm
that
gonna get
backfield.
I'm gonna get Josh Kelly here as well.
Nathan.
Yep.
Should I try to move D Hop? No, not yet because I don't think anybody's gonna give you anything for him yet.
Especially this week because he's probably not gonna play.
Yes, yeah, agree with that. All right, Nathan, take some comments.
Cade Smith says last one or Zay Flowers. I think that's going off of his. What if it was McLaurin
McLaurin, yeah,
and
McLaurin
either
and
Kirk
Zay
or
for
Gabe
Ayuk.
Davis for Ayuk?
that's
Um,
closer.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep.
I'll stick with Ayuk.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Zay could have a crazy year.
I think he could too. I think he's being slept on by a lot of people, a lot of
Still.
fantasy analysts.
Josh Ad TV says yes. Trey, just not sure how involved they will get him as his Russell Gage role grows.
Russell Gage hardly had a role.
I know. Are you playing in like a 16 team? Because I don't think you're. I don't think you're flexing Trey. Like you're not even.
Like
Trey
he's
Palmer.
not even.
He's not even close to being
what's his
rosterable.
roster percentage on
This
Sleeper?
guy's
Like,
probably a Nebraska fan and like watched Trey Palmer in college.
He says, crazy hot take. People are getting sucked in on Tyreek, but if it was a matchup situation and Waddle overtakes him in value,
Rest of season, I
rest of season-
disagree.
No.
no, I don't think that's.
I think
Hey,
Tyreek's
I'll take
legitimately a
the
top 3 wide receiver in the league.
$120 million wide receiver.
Yeah. And Waddle's a top 15 Waddle's probably he's top
he's
15
probably
wide
top
receiver.
15, yeah.
I wouldn't go much steeper than that, but Tyreek's top 3,
Dude,
and he ain't
Trey
3.
Palmer has a 1 or 2% roster percentage on sleep. So
I don't know.
what?
I
is
might
he
be flexing
trolling?
How
Trey
deep is your
Palmer.
league, dude? That's wild.
Is he trolling?
He might be talking
trolling us.
dynasty. He might be.
Even then, I would never.
might be trolling
Even
us.
if I was
We're
a rebuild,
idiots,
I would
so.
never flex Trey Palmer.
This is-
Chaka says if Garrett Wilson has like a 30-point game on Sunday, how would you feel the rest of the season? Top 10 again?
No, I'd be selling him.
I'd sell him at that point. I think I agree.
Because if people started saying Garrett Wilson's still a top 10 wide receiver, no, he ain't. Not with Zach Wilson throwing to him.
No, you ain't.
I'm a lot more curious and intrigued about what Zach Wilson will do this season because as a rookie, with 4 different quarterbacks who all like were the suckiest of suck, he put up 1,100 yards and was wide receiver 15 on a points per game basis. Like he's not a rookie anymore. He's only gotten better. Zach Wilson is Zach Wilson. I think we know what he is, but he did learn a bit from Rodgers. How much will that translate to actual play and volume as a passer? Like I don't really know, but I'm actually intrigued. And this is all theoretical, if he puts up 30 points this Sunday against Dallas's defense, I don't think he's a sell. I mean, that's an impressive feat.
True.
Are you
True.
serious?
True. At that point, like then Zach Wilson's proving he can provide Garrett Wilson with.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, I agree with you. I'll go with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's a very, very large if, though. I will say that.
I think
Right.
that opposing defenses are going to have one thing to do this season,
Yeah.
and it's going to be stop Garrett Wilson.
I think that's very true. All right. Any more questions? Any more comments? Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you are subscribed. We've been live for an hour and 40 minutes now, so we are getting to the point where we're running out of steam. But
Yeah, I'm
I don't-
steamless.
I'm out of steam.
I'm out of steam.
I don't know how Mason does that, dude. He's a freaking train. It is crazy.
Well, I've listened to his stream before, and sometimes he'll go like 30 seconds without saying a word.
Which we need to understand that we can do that too.
Yeah, we're really bad at that.
We're really bad at that.
Well, we have 3 of us.
Yeah.
I know. That's
So
true.
there should be no silence.
Yeah, I'm able to be quiet for like 2 minutes at a time sometimes.
You meditate.
I do meditate.
I can picture Rodgers and Zach's year the rest of the season, which might help. I do think it will help if Aaron Rodgers is with the team, helping Zach Wilson.
He did
I'm
say
gonna
though
try
in
to
his
picture that
he
real
did
quick.
say though in his interview with McAfee today that he was not going to be with the team for a bit. He's going to be 100% focused on rehab, so he's not going to be on the sideline anytime soon. If anything, he'll be in the press box, and if then maybe he'll have a headset, but they don't really know. So for now, I wouldn't expect him to be really contributing to the team much.
All right. It's been a great stream, guys. We appreciate your questions. We appreciate your super chats. We appreciate you subbing. We got a couple more. Tequila Wolf says reorganize.
These are our last 2.
Of course. No, we've got 4 more right now.
Last 4.
Reorganize my living room. Been really appreciative, y'all. Glad we can help you make that more fun, dude. Mike Oscar says fantasy wants to give up Kelsey. Should I acquire at all costs?
No.
Not at all costs, but at some cost.
If you're getting Kelsey at a discount, yes.
Yes. Couchad TTV says Dynasty, my roster's a bit shallow. Oh, it's a Dynasty. The Trey Palmer thing was Dynasty.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay,
I gotcha.
dude. You were confusing us there. Bit shallow because I traded up for Bijan and now Eckler out, so I have to move P. Ryan up to running back, leaving me Hyatt, Palmer, Boutte at flex.
That's fine. You're
Oh,
rebuilding.
yeah, then I think at that rate, I am probably starting Trey Palmer over Jalen Hyatt and Keyshawn Boutte at this point. Although I would say Jalen Hyatt's close there.
Josh Kelly.
Over Najee. But that was more about this being a home run matchup for the offense. Yeah, which it can be because, they are playing the Bears. So I do get what you're saying now. That makes a lot more sense. 1886, shout out you guys. We are going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Like I said, make sure you like the video and make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't, we got up to 1886, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Also, flockfantasy.com/domain is where all of our exclusive content is. You use code domain, you get 30% off the entire site, and you get all of our exclusives and even more. So we want to have you join us in that community. We recognize all of your guys' names when you come back. We seriously do. Some of you guys have really unique names, and we're like, oh yeah, there's Tequila Wolf, So flockfantasy.com/domain. Like I said, use promo code domain for 30% off the entire site and to get into our camp. He wants one last one. Hill, C. Kirk, or Ridley and D. Adams. Ridley and Adams still. Christian Kirk's not changing that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. Have a good week too. we'll be looking out for the injury report as well. It's coming out this week. We've got injury. It'll be coming out tonight. So full injury report to help you double check your fantasy lineups. And we got a dynasty video coming out. Content. We'll see you guys later. See ya.